is you don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys. And don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. And please, when I go out with you, don't put me on display. 'Cause you don't own me. Don't try to change me in any way. You don't own me. Don't tie me down, 'cause I never stay. I don't tell you what to say. I don't tell you what to do. So just let me be myself. That's all I ask of you. I'm young and I love to be young. I'm free and I love to be free. To live my life the way I want. To say and do whatever I please. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. And please, when I go out with you, don't put me on display. I don't tell you what to say. Don't tell you what to do. So just let me be myself. That's all I ask of you. I'm young and I love to be young. I'm free. What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect. Just a little bit, hey, baby, just a little bit. Hello, just a little bit. Mister, just a little bit. I ain't gonna do you wrong. Why you gone? I ain't gonna do you wrong, 'cause I don't wanna. All I'm asking is for a little respect. Just a little bit, baby, just a little bit. Hello, just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm about to give it all my money. And all I'm asking in return, honey, is to give me my proof when you get home. Just a little, just a little, just a little bit, just a little bit. Ooh, your kisses, sweeter than honey. Guess what? So is my body. All I want you to do for me is give it to me when you get home. Yeah, baby, whip it to me, just a little bit now, just a little bit. R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, T-F-T-C-T. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me, little respect. Sock it to me, sock it to me, sock it to me. Ooh, a little bit, little respect, just a little bit. I'll get tired, a little bit, keep on trying, just a little bit. You're running out of food, a little bit, I ain't lying, just a little bit. Please, when you go home, are you okay?
This is a word that's more than a word.
I've always wanted to do that. Please allow me to introduce had his moments of doubt and pain. Be damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed today. I rode a tank, held a generous rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the finest thing. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. Oh yeah. What's buzzing you is the nature of my. I saw her today at the reception. A glass of wine in her hand. I knew she was gonna meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man. And I said that you can't always get what you want, honey. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, well, you might just find that you might need. Yeah. So, I went to the Chelsea drugstore to get your prescription filled. I was standing in line with your friend Jimmy. A man, didn't look pretty ill. We decided that we would have a soda. My favorite flavor is cherry red. I sung my song to my friend Mr. Jimmy. And you said one word to me, and that was dead. I said that you can't always get what you want, honey. And you cannot always get the man that you want. And you cannot always get the man that you want. But if you try sometime, it just might find, it just might find, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Now, when I'm talking to you, look at me. I want you to look me in the eye when I talk to you. I'm your brother. You'll do as I say. You're no good at anything, are you? Stop messing around. You got something ruined yours. What did I tell you about looking up in the eye? Forget about it. I gotta go to work now.
Hey Carl, why can't you come home? I need you, and so does your brother. Especially your brother. Just forget about what happened and move on. They really need you home.
Yeah, there comes a time where everybody holds a secret. They shut the world out and ask the code to keep it. Nobody understand them or know just how they feel it. And their emotions are controlling how they deal it. It's just the way the brain works and it's kind of funny. Don't want to stay hurt when the situation ugly. We're all afraid to learn, don't want to look like a dummy. But the truth hurts and we all know that it's coming. It's like life, we should bring out the best in us, but what's holding us back? Cause trust is what we invest in. So put a down payment on that. But it seems no matter what we do, there's a war going on inside. We're fighting for love, rising above, keeping these eyes to the sun. It's your secret. It's all of us. Secret. Feeling dead and lost in these lies. Let's bring it down, down. There comes a time where everybody tells the truth, and that could be a challenge if you're prone to break the rules. If you're closed-minded, never changing your views, and being open to learning something you're failing to do. Faith to be renewed, lies in the heart of the eager. Growing the love is the charm of a dreamer. We fight hard to believe it, but have these selfish intentions guarded by reason. It gets deeper, caught in this avalanche, feeling lost as it crashes fast, digging our way out together. Imagine that. This could be forever if we plan to pass. But it seems no matter what we do, there's a war going on inside. We're fighting the love, rising above, keeping these eyes to the sun. Whoa. It's your secret. It's all of us. Secret. Feeling bad and lost in these lies. Let's bring it down, down, down. Bring it down. Got a lot of things on my mind, but why is it hard to say? I'm keeping it locked up, and it's pushing you far away. It's a place to take the truth. Please, I gotta let you know I've been holding this back, and I'm letting it go. And I'm letting it go. And I'm letting it go. But it seems no matter what we do, there's a war going on inside. We're fighting the love, rising above, keeping these eyes to the sun. It's your secret. It's your secret. It's your secret. Let's bring your list down, down, down. Keeping these eyes to the sun. It's your secret. It's all of us. Secret. Feeling bad and lost in these lies. Let's bring this down, down, down. Now, the end is near. My face, the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, which I'm certain I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets
do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up. There's been out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing. Think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, oh no, not me. I did it my way. Oh, what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, things is not. Who said the word? He truly feels, and not the blood. Yeah, I want to live. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. The record shows I took the blows and did it my Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one I care enough to hurt about. Maybe I'm a crazy, but I just can't live without your love and affection, giving me direction, like a guiding light to help me through my darkest hour. Lately I'm a praying that you'll always be a staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by, feeling all the while, never really knowing why. Lately I'm a praying that you'll always be a staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by, and you came along and made me laugh and made me cry. You taught me why. Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. Oh, it took so long to find you, baby. Baby, I'ma want you.
Hey, Star Mama, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I listened to just a couple minutes because I'm getting a lot of messages from people,
Mm-hmm.
emails and chats and the Patreon and stuff. And I don't know if a certain somebody realizes it, but there are a lot of emails coming in from people who are not at all impressed.
Yep, I don't doubt that. I mean, this is pretty bad right now.
Well, it's very interesting that a person would think that it's acceptable to speak about women the way he's speaking about us.
Yep.
It's very interesting. I think it shows the caliber of people that evidently, we're just jealous, of course, but evidently that Ronnie, as a man, identifies with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we were talking about the other day about the possibility that Christopher Watt's wife was actually being abused by her in laws
Mm-hmm.
is very real.
I'm beginning to believe that, and I know we're going to probably get slapped again about that, but just from the reaction and from them associating with him, what he's the attitude he's got right is kind of pointing in that direction. Like, I don't know, maybe they did set her off. You know?
Yeah, maybe they enjoy even playing their games
Yeah.
because if they are associating with him, then that means they're cool with his behavior.
Mm-hmm.
If they're cool with that kind of behavior, wow, we've read them wrong right from the start.
Yeah. And it's just amazing that some of the stuff that he's saying was stuff that was said 4 years ago when he wasn't even on here. That's
Yeah,
what's shocking to me. Very
he doesn't
shocking.
have a clue that the words they're feeding him to recite, and
Mm-hmm.
he can say all he wants that he doesn't have a script. It's obvious to anybody watching anything he says.
Yeah.
He has no clue that he is simply reciting recycled scripts.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's also, by the script that he's using, he's also identifying for us exactly who he's hooked up with.
Exactly. That's very obvious. Yeah.
Yep.
Just I don't know. I've been flabbergasted by what some of the stuff that even my friends have emailed me about, and I thought, oh, I just can't believe this. You know, I mean,
I think it's really interesting that the name of his channel starts with the word seeking the truth,
mm,
but he isn't speaking the truth.
no, he's not.
Because if he was speaking the truth, then he would be admitting to his subscribers that he agrees with my opinions and theories about Christopher Watt's wife.
Hmm.
I think his subscribers would be shocked to know that he agrees with my theories and opinions on Christopher Watt's wife.
Yeah, I do. I think they'd be, and I'm not so sure that the Watts wouldn't be shocked even more. So, you know, yeah. I
So
wonder
for
if
him,
do you think he remembers even, I don't know, even telling you that stuff? I mean, I don't know.
well, for him to be recycling the old scripts and for him to be saying that nobody's going to bash Christopher Watt's wife in his chat,
Hmm.
and remember how he didn't want to talk about Munchausen, I guess he seems to think then, and for the way he's been attacking you and me and Mia,
Hmm.
I guess he seems to think that he is the ruler on whatever women are allowed to think or say.
Yep.
That's what it seems like. Like he thinks he is the thought police for women.
Mhm.
So that's kind of interesting because my opinions are my opinions. I have a right to have
Exactly.
my own opinion.
We do. We should be able to have our own opinion. But
We should be able to have our own opinion and to discuss our own opinions without being abused
hmm
by a puny little dingo in Australia.
yeah, and calling us a menopausal. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that sick?
hmm
I
It's
mean,
always
that is,
why does he always think he has to demean women? I mean, um, I just
well,
don't. I don't understand.
for somebody who's saying nobody's going to bash her in his chat, have some respect and all that crap,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even know what respect is. He's proving by his own actions he has no idea what respect means.
Yep. Yes. And I mean, he's even, and threatening subscribers that if he catches them, certain places are going to be blocked.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, speaking of blocked,
Yes.
that reminds me because people are emailing me that Dingo Dave is, oops, that Dingo is that he is blocking us, Star Mama.
hmm
Does he really think that we would comment on his channel?
I guess that's what he thinks. I tried to give him a break, and you did. And you, a long time ago, you said, "Why don't you go? I'll go over there and be supportive of him and stuff." But it don't work that way because he just he gets off on things and I don't get it. I don't know what his deal is, but if you say anything that's not directed in the way he wants you to go, then, he doesn't want to hear it. So I'm done, you don't have to worry about me. And besides that, even if we did, we don't go places and disrespect anybody in their chat and we don't attack people in their chats. We just don't do
Exactly.
that.
And people unlike Dingo, people unlike him who just came along, halfway through the
Mhm.
last 4 years, people who have been here right from the start, they know that about us. They know that
Right.
we don't run around posting stupid comments. Now, on the other hand, his subscribers, those three that showed up that day and doxed him,
Oh, and his mods too. They love to come in and do this stuff
yeah,
too.
they love
Yeah.
to come in and post all sorts of
hmm
smack, don't they? So
Yeah,
I
and
guess
then you
it's
know what? I
okay.
think they listen and they only take him back bits and pieces of things and they don't really give him the whole gist of what was said. Just certain
Well,
things so he can twist and turn it.
yes, he's actually saying that I said that he was sleeping with a certain relative. Are you kidding me? Hey, Dingo, if you're listening, I never said that. So obviously,
Mhm.
whoever you're getting your information from is lying to you. And, if he's all about seeking the truth, you would think that he would seek the truth about the information he's spitting out to his subs before he spits it out.
Mhm. Yeah.
I never said that. That's a ridiculous thing to say anyway. Like what a dipshit. I'm
Yeah, look at
sorry.
all the people in the chat that say they've already been blocked over there for just disagreeing with him about when he was supposedly went over there the first time and then things like that. I mean, you can't question anything. And, this thing about, I'm just saying, I didn't believe he went the first time at all. And the only thing I'm wanting, I just want proof that all this stuff that he's going and running around saying that Ronnie and Cindy's saying, I want him to prove that. I just want to see
Well, didn't he
what
say
proof he has.
himself? Didn't he say himself that he didn't go in June?
He said it was irrelevant what happened in June. Yeah, that's more or less that's what he told people. He got caught and he said that's irrelevant whether he went in June or not. That doesn't make yeah, it does make a difference because if you lied about that, people tend to think you're lying about other things, and we have a right to question that because of
And
that little episode. Yeah.
not only then if he didn't go in June, but he's telling everyone he did, he
hmm
caused a lot of hurt feelings. He caused a lot of arguing. He caused a lot of turmoil in June. So if he didn't even go, if
Yeah.
that whole thing was just to create chaos and confusion, then
Mm-hmm.
shame on him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had people. He had one person in particular coming over at me as griping about the fact that she had gave him money to take them out to dinner when he went, and he didn't do that the first time, and she was offended and was trying to get her money back. And she was coming over there griping in the chat, and Mia's one day about that. And I mean, what does she want? What did this woman want Mia to do? What's the purpose in doing that? Well, 3 weeks earlier, after she told people don't be in here and support calling out certain channels and stuff, this lady did, and she was fully supportive of him. But then she's unhappy because she gave him money and he didn't use it for what he told her, and she didn't get her money back. So she's why not gripe at him about it? Don't gripe to us. But see, that's some more stuff. So apparently some of his people that were, I guess, giving him money aren't too happy with him either. I don't know. It seems like it.
Well, I think that lady might have been a fake though.
You think?
Yeah, because I think they're always trying to get people fighting.
Yeah.
Like anything that somebody else says to me doesn't matter, but when I hear him lying, he's lying, and I hate
He
that
is lying
because
about a lot of stuff. He is.
yeah, he was actually being nice. He jumped right up on the panel. He was being funny and nice. He and I have really been able to, you know, have, I think, good conversation, good discussion.
Yeah.
So I guess,
And then it flipped.
well, I
Then it
guess he was
flipped.
lying. I guess he was lying about that when he was being friendly too. Then
Yeah. Well, didn't you tell him that he could use certain things that you had as long as he was nice and acting decent? And he's surely not doing it now. I mean,
I
he's
gave
acting
him,
horrible. Yeah.
I gave him permission
Yeah.
to use that audio of Cindy's phone call.
Hmm.
So let's
Oh, you
see.
mean the same one he's saying that she's changed her mind about? Okay. Yeah. That's kind of troubling, isn't it? Yeah.
Here it is. It says, many thanks to Miss Mensa for allowing me the use of her interview with Cindy Watts.
Hmm.
So see, he can be nice. He really
Yeah.
can. Let's
Well,
listen for a second.
from what I've heard, the little bit I listened to and what people are telling me, he's not been very nice today or yesterday when he did that.
So tired of the straight line
Mhm.
away.
As well. She's very, very gifted.
Let's hear this again.
Okay,
David.
let's hear it.
I've got to get to the right place because this whole thing is.
I know it's hard to do.
The angel.
Okay, here we go.
That version of Sarah McLachlan's song, Angel. The young lady, Emily Lee, does have her own YouTube channel. Her link is in the description of the tribute video that's up on my channel. If you want to go and view any of Emily's songs that she's done, please pop over there anytime and have a look. She is
See how nice he can sound?
absolutely incredible voice. She sings even country music as well. She's very, very gifted. Welcome everyone to a very special live stream with the blessings of Miss Mensa and the blessings of Cindy. I have been given permission to play the audio of an interview that Miss Mensa had with Cindy on the 25th of April, which is our Anzac Day in 2020. So almost 2 years to the day. We're just 10 days shy of 2 years. I'm going to read to you to start with a portion of the 10-page letter that I read last night, but I'll read it properly today. There's a section in there, and it was brought to my attention the way it's actually written. It looks like it was narrated, and nothing against dyslexic, but a dyslexic illiterate wrote it.
Wow,
That's
that's why
why
he's talking about a
I-
family member.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So see,
Mhm.
he can be nice. He knows how to be nice. He knows how to behave.
Well, calling women menopausal and fat cows and all this stuff he's been calling women lately. That's not being very nice. Bitches and all kinds of stuff, man. Witches. Yeah. Old
I think
women.
it's
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that he said he had the blessings of me and he had the blessings of Cindy.
Hmm.
Obviously, if Cindy wouldn't, how did he say it, piss on me if I was on fire? Then why would she have given him her blessings to go ahead and use that audio?
Yep.
Wouldn't she be saying, no, Dave? No, I wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire.
Yeah.
No, she gave him her blessings, supposedly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's something. Yeah. Hmm.
So, Dave, I hope you're stalking because you're not blocked from our channel because you actually come here. Why you blocked any of us, we have no clue because we don't go to your channel. Except I was in that live chat when I gave you permission to
Hmm.
use that audio as long as you were nice.
Hmm.
So you might want to hurry and privatize that audio or that video really quick so you don't get a strike on your channel.
Yeah.
It says Dave's perception is twisted. He thinks MM is jealous because he has a connection with the Watts. He thinks too much of himself. MM was upset with Cindy because she lied to her. Well, you see, CC, Dave wasn't around back then. So
Mm-mm.
he has no clue what was going on because he wasn't at all discussing the case of Christopher Watts at all.
Yep.
He probably had never even heard of the case at that point. So he missed out on a lot of the action that was going on for what, 2 years and 4 months before he showed up to post crap videos attacking me.
Right.
Because remember, that's how he got his subscribers, was he posted crap videos attacking me.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And because we question what he's putting out there and what he come over and put out and directed at you, that wasn't how it went down at all, even though it was her own words.
Well,
Now,
I even said, this isn't about the person, it's about the actions. It's like
right.
I was like totally being fine when we were questioning this stuff and concerned about whether or not he was over there and you know
Yeah.
so for him to be pulling out the old scripts or for somebody to be handing him the old scripts, it's like you almost want to like just wave at the scumbag attackers and go, oh my gosh, how soon are you going to throw this guy under the bus? Because that's what they do, and that's what these frontliners don't understand. They're only like the 20th in line. There
Yep.
have been plenty before them who have read the exact same scripts, and then they get tossed to the side when the scumbag attackers no longer have any use for them.
Hmm.
I wonder
Well,
if Dave thinks he's going to be the next AD.
I don't know what he thinks, but the whole idea of him coming over and suggesting to you that isn't what she told him and not putting any proof up at all to back it concerns me. It does concern me. And that's the only thing that I've tried to point out. And yeah, I may have got a little sharp about a few things because I wasn't impressed with his attitude when um, he stood outside to come to our country and stand outside a public building, which the district attorney's office is, but to stand out there and call them, different things and saying that they were corrupt, fucking corrupt, right outside there and filming it. I mean, to me, that's being disrespectful.
when you're coming into our country and talking that way. And I compared it to something like me going and saying something, demanding to see the Queen. And he's calling me a dumbass about something like that. I was using a figure of speech to tell him I thought it was disrespectful what he did. I didn't, he's saying I said he didn't have a right to come here and go in a public building. I never said that.
Well,
I said
not
he didn't
sure.
have the right to go in a public DA's office and demand to see the district attorney. And he even said that woman treated him like a bitch, and she didn't. She was very polite to him. You know, I mean, that's the kind. That's just disrespectful. I think. Maybe
It
I'm
makes me
wrong.
wonder, how could a woman actually listen to him with the way he talks about women?
Yeah.
Because that lady in that video was not at all nasty to him at all, and he called her a bitch, and I think that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. And I actually hope that they do something to tone him down as far as how he's talking about the DA's office and stuff, because I think they could actually file some sort of a complaint. I don't know about the laws in his own country, but I do think that him going into a public building, calling a public servant a bitch, and I'm not saying that he called that to her face, but he was saying that in his video that she was a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve some yay coming in from some country.
Yeah, him
and
going
calling
in
her
there
a bitch.
him going in there and saying, "I'm from Australia. I'm here. I'm here to represent the Watts, and I want to speak to DA Rourke." Really? I mean, who does he really think they're gonna just drop everything because he says he's from Australia? I mean, I don't get it. He said he was representing the. He was there on behalf of the Watts. Yeah. He said he was there
Is he
on behalf of the
familiar
Watts.
with? Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird. Kind of reminds me of the 35C chick, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of, that video earlier today.
Oh, you're roboting. You're roboting, Menza. Ma'am, you're roboting. We can't hear you. Are you serious, Special K? You think that he thinks that MM's you or I'm you? That is interesting. Oh, by the way, I found out that's the Queen's special. You may have even said it, that that's her special cereal, the one that she likes, and one of her special breakfasts. Yeah,
now?
that's interesting. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
So, Special K, you're saying that you think he thinks that I'm you under the name of Special K? Well, I'm not. He's a he thinks everybody's got false. I don't have alt accounts. I only went to Star Mama because there was like 6 different Paulas out here that was mods. Some of them were mods for him and for a couple other channels that everybody thought it was me over there. And I've never modded for anybody but that dipshit avocado. Never did mod for anybody. So, I mean, just the idea, so that's why I changed my name a long time ago. He's saying he walked in there. He said, I'm Dave from Australia, and I'd like to speak to DA Rourke on behalf of the Watts. Yep. What he said. And the
Makes you
lady,
wonder what he was going to say.
yeah, what could, don't you imagine? They wonder, well, what would a guy from Australia possibly know, about them? Because the lady probably knew who the Watts were, more likely. I'm sure.
And what is it? What is it that about Ronnie and Cindy that would have them think that having some yahoo from Australia walking into the DA's office would get them any information? What was he supposed to go in there and say? I want to have his cell phone back.
I don't
Was that
know.
what he was sent there for? I mean, that's just absurd.
Hmm. I
Does
don't
he,
know, but I
does he
know
really think the DA would even speak with him?
uh, they didn't. Well, they didn't. They didn't let him speak, and he even bragged about having his cell phone in his briefcase turned on, so it was recording everything that was said. That's what he played. And then he said, I didn't have it in my sack down there with my balls. Everything's about his balls and his sack and all this shit all the time. I mean, he must think he's got gold down there between his legs or something. Jiminy God. I mean, the way he carries on is just disgusting. And why do those women think that's so respectful for him to talk that way over there in front of them? Most
Well,
women's
any,
husbands would not like that shit at all.
any woman who is in his chat and who is not offended by the way he's talking about women is just,
Hmm.
it's sad. It's very sad. Whoever, if any of you are here in this chat listening, seriously, you deserve to have better channel creators than that. You
Right.
deserve to be listening to better men than that. Seriously, because he shouldn't be talking against women the way he does.
No, nobody ever said that, Special K, that nobody suggested anything about him having anything. None of the three of us women that's been up there has said anything ever about him having anything to do with Jamie on a sexual level at all.
Special K,
We
that
said we said we did not understand why. I said well, let me speak for myself. I said I don't understand why Ronnie and Cindy, being adults my age, would need their daughter's permission to uh, talk to somebody and record something. I didn't understand because I wouldn't even, my daughter would know better than to say, you've got to have my permission before you can talk to my mom or record something. That wouldn't fly at all. And I don't understand why he's making such a big point about that. He was there for 2 days and he hadn't even met her. He said he still doesn't have her phone number, but that she's his contact through Ronnie and Cindy. That's what he said. So I don't know. People got to make of it whatever they can make out of it. I don't get it. I don't understand any of this stuff. I just don't.
nobody on this channel ever said anything. We would have never even considered that a possibility. I mean, come on, it's Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, where did that even come from except his imagination?
Yeah.
Because there's no way that I would have ever thought that the two of them would have ever matched up. Isn't he like old enough to be her father?
Yeah. Well,
And isn't he like 10 times shorter than she is? Not that height matters, but, and he spits when he talks. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have a feeling Jamie's bar is much higher than Davo.
hmm,
No offense, Dave, but come on. She's like half your age, isn't she? I think. And she's happily married. Hello. So who would ever even think that the two of them would have ever matched up? That nobody on this channel ever said that. And I think he's kind of hurting himself with those kinds of lies
hmm.
because they're so obvious. People are emailing me who have never emailed me before
Yeah. Well, I guess
to
they
tell
must
me
be
what he
concerned
said.
about all this stupid shit they're talking about out here. Because to me, this is the dumbest thing. If he's got nothing better than to come and attack us about shit like this, and he's not got anything, I don't get it. He must be desperate for content.
Well,
Desperate.
I would say if he's got time on his hands to make a video,
that he should just go ahead and make a video about that reenactment so we can hurry up and try to see what the excuse is about Cindy, supposedly, according to him, suddenly changing her story. And I'll tell you something. If Cindy has suddenly changed her story about that, then I plan on doing an entire series on the emotional abuse that Christopher Watt's wife suffered through. Because if these stories keep changing like this,
Yeah.
then that tells me that we're not getting the truth at all. So if we're not getting the truth at all from these stories, right? Because it's either a lie at one point or a lie at the other point. I mean, Dave either went and seen or he didn't. He was either lying then or he's lying, So,
or if she said all this stuff and it's even in the discovery and other people's words and stuff, now all at once the discovery's wrong. She didn't say that. She left out this, and so either way, it's trying to make people look stupid or liars. And I don't like that. That's ridiculous.
Right. If
4 years later,
if that story changes, then that tells me that Christopher Watt's wife, quite possibly, and I would say even probably, was being emotionally abused by her in-laws. And that will be a complete series, because I'll tell you something, I do not mind being wrong. If I've been wrong, I'll go ahead and be happy to figure out that I've been wrong, and I'll move forward actually seeking the truth. Because if Christopher Watt's wife was being emotionally abused by her sister-in-law and her mother-in-law, just imagine what kind of emotional abuse she would have been getting from her husband.
Yep. Or was it really his idea to move to Colorado and get her away from his family because he knew what his family was like? I'm beginning to wonder. I really am.
Let me tell you, maybe we should just kick off the series right now, since we've got old Dave-O saying that the story's changed. Maybe we should kick off the series right now. Why did Christopher Watts go to Colorado before his wife?
Yeah.
Why did he go right out there and get a job right away? Was he afraid that she wouldn't marry him because of his family? And he called her up. He called his mother up and he said that she was embarrassing him, that his family was embarrassing him to his future in-laws. Okay? That's what he said to his mother. And then the cousin's wife, the sister, the kids, even in the wedding party, maybe they didn't get fired. Maybe they quit. Maybe they quit. And if you want to drive a bride into Bridezilla land, then I guess you quit the bridal party a week before the wedding.
Yep.
That would have been enough to totally break her heart. And then the whole idea of not going to the wedding, think about it. For 4 years, unlike Dave, because we've been talking about the case for 4 years, unlike him, for 4 years we've been hearing how, Cindy didn't go to the wedding. Well, maybe it was actually the Watts who were promoting that narrative.
Right.
Maybe they wanted it to be, oh my goodness. Think about this too. There have been a couple of channel creators who have said, I really think Cindy Watts has just been really lying to Mensa. Yeah. And I just thought, whoa, there's a theory,
But she come to you. You didn't go to her. She come to you because nobody else would have anything to do with her, right?
Well, I didn't like the bullying that I saw. I just didn't like it. So I went ahead and put up supportive videos that nobody should be doing that. I even put up a supportive video about AD getting bullied. I think he's part of the pack, and I think he's got issues as far as who his connections are and whatnot. I think there's more going on than what we know, but that's just my opinion. But I still support his right to not be bullied. I even support Dave's right to not be bullied. I mean, nobody deserves the crap that people like Dave are pulling right now. He should really seriously tell his writers that he wants to stop using the old scripts.
Oh, he says, I don't have no script, but he sure sounds like it.
because the stuff he was saying today was what I heard 4 years ago, and he wasn't
Well,
even around 4 years ago. So
you
that
can
tells
see
me
him.
plenty. Tells me plenty.
You can see him reading his scripts.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
script
always
reader.
looking. He is always looking off to the side or looking
Yeah,
down.
it's just
Yeah,
like
I
Alice
have noticed
Cooper.
that.
Alice Cooper's a script reader too.
Yeah. Well, there's
And
several of them that are actually. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean,
Hey, they even said that. Do you remember she said over there, is there anything in the script I need to change? You remember that day? Oh, Alice said that. Asked Sandy, is there anything that I haven't got written down that I need to know about? I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, me was making a good point. The way he talked about his uh his proof evidently that somebody didn't have a felony record, that was absolutely uncalled for. He is so not familiar with our culture for him to sit there and talk like that, because
I
you
know.
don't do that. You don't do that. That
Mhm.
just showed anybody who knows anything about our Second Amendment, which he doesn't,
Well,
would
when
know
Mia
better.
was live the other night, you could hear strange things outside her house and stuff in her yard's fenced in. And I think somebody's trying to scare her. And they've been saying she's been getting some horrible stuff sent to her. It's really bad. It's been disturbing for a few days now. And some of the stuff that some of his subs and mods have left and attacked in the chats and stuff and comment section, it's just been unreal for her. She's going through quite a bit right now. Hey, Mio, do you want to get up here and say anything? I mean, I'm sure MM wouldn't care. I mean, it's been, what's been said in your comments and stuff. I know you don't have to say who said it, but you can kind of let her know what you've been going through too in the last 2 or 3 days with this stuff. It's ridiculous. It's
Well,
just,
let's think about it though, because what were we talking about? We were talking about the moving day theory. We were talking about the pregnancy
yeah.
picture.
And that
So,
deal in Indiana just sets them off something bad. I don't get it when she was there. Yeah. I mean, it's just stuff I'm pointing out. I mean, and most of the stuff that we say is based on her, what she said in her videos or in her lives or told
I
people in
never
text
mention
messages.
him.
Yeah,
Like, I don't mention him. And
right.
yeah, there's noises people heard. This is like 2, 3 in the morning outside of my yard. There's
Yeah.
somebody walking around. And it started right after this. And he keeps on obsessing that I don't even talk about the guy. I don't
you
mention
might
his name.
you
It's just
you might
scary.
just think too. It wasn't that long ago that he hopped right up on the panel and
Mhm.
was friendly. He was in the chat with a different account, and I said, "Hop up on the panel so we know it's you." And
Yes.
he hopped right up on the panel, and he was friendly. This whole thing is
That's
ridiculous
a,
for him.
So he
I
has
I
to
don't
do.
get.
He has an alt
I
account.
didn't. What did
Wow.
I do? I honestly, I didn't do anything to him. I was like, I don't get it.
They're trying to scare you away from hopping up on the panel. They
Yeah,
don't like
they
it
don't
with the
want you
silver
around me, and
perspective.
they don't want you around
But now it's
Minister
getting
because they didn't want
physical
me around
because
there.
someone's coming around my house. And then he said, Chris Watt's sister has a lot of guns and she's a good shot.
Yeah.
Well,
So
so
what
what?
the hell? Is there a
Instructor?
correlation there? I mean, is that like,
No, I don't think so at all.
okay.
I
Is she
think he was.
violent?
I think he was trying to. Well, I don't know. I didn't listen to what he said, but the part that I did hear was sounded way off base for him to say. He was trying to say that the reason he knows that Christopher Watt's brother-in-law didn't have a felony record was because he owned a lot of guns. You don't
Yeah,
talk
and he said
about somebody
Jamie's
else.
a good shot. Like, what the hell's that supposed to mean?
Mhm.
Well, there are a lot of good shots. Like I teach women how to shoot guns. Women know how
Yeah,
to shoot guns.
I
Like
guess they
Okay,
don't
so
know that.
is she stable? Okay.
yeah, I would not be worried at all about that. I mean, if you can put in motion detectors, motion lights, whatever.
Mhm.
Um,
No, I
if
don't
you
have the
can,
money for it. I don't.
But I
you
would
know,
make a. She need to make a report out though on it anyway. I would.
Right. Because the ex moderator, the male, the other one, knows a lot about. He did background searches. I was told on all of us, so he has my address.
Oh, they all have the addresses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have
Right, right,
addresses,
right.
everything. That's how they try to scare you. I had one of the psychos fly across the country to park right alongside the road by my house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and she posted her itinerary too. She had advertised it that she was on her way.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, honey, you have no clue. And that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
They're trying to scare
Yeah,
you from being.
people heard somebody out there.
Yep. They did. Hmm. Right in when she's doing a live, you could hear him out there thumping around, and it wasn't the dog. The dog was in there in the house
Yeah,
and started
Teddy.
barking.
Teddy was
It wasn't
scared,
him. He was
wasn't he?
scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And
they
it's a
thumped on
crime watch,
something.
but yeah.
Yeah, and your yard's fenced in too. That's what was weird.
Yeah,
So,
and you can't open it from that side, but I don't know if they were trying to. They may have been.
because people said, "What is that?" Because she could hear it. I mean, it was a loud noise, like they hit
Yeah,
the somebody's house. Yeah.
I didn't tell my son because I didn't want to scare him, but yeah.
Well,
But
maybe there'd be a way for you to maybe stay somewhere else for a little bit. Maybe have somebody else stay there with you. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm just thinking off the top of my head because I mean these people are
Well, they do. They
they're
actually.
seriously psycho.
I mean, he's unstable. The guy's unstable. There's no
hmm
question in my mind. He's unstable.
Honey, all of the scumbag attackers are unstable. They you would have to be to take part in what they're taking part in. You would have to be unstable. You couldn't be a normal person and take part in it.
I mean, he's threatening that people can't be subscribers of mine if they're subscribed to him.
Yep, that's what he said. Hmm.
And if Google doesn't do something, at least to record it.
What?
If Google doesn't take care of it, at least it's recorded.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah.
somebody said they were worried last night. They waited till I got in the house because it was, I had to get a grocery shop. It was dark.
Mhm. Hmm.
You see how dark it is here.
The weird part of it is what is it that we did?
I mean, he's tech savvy and they know my address. That's the thing. I
Yep.
didn't do anything to him. I didn't even say his name. I honestly, I don't care who he knows.
And
I
I
wish
think
him
it's
well.
something important to remember because the stuff that we were saying was next to nothing. He's
That's it.
taken.
I, I wish him well. I don't care about the Watts. Good luck to them. Like I didn't, I don't, I swear to God, I just didn't call for this. That's what scares me.
Yeah.
And if I harassed somebody, I would understand the repercussions, but I didn't harass the guy.
I think it's because everybody's been pointing out the time frame of her not getting home and the pin and trying to point out that NK was cleared and stuff and how she couldn't been
Well,
involved. And that's
yeah, but
going
he's
against
obsessed with
everything we
her.
believe.
He's going to
He
her
is.
house. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
He did.
showing his instability. I mean, I'm sorry, this is a normal behavior, people. Wake
Yeah.
up. It's not normal.
Exactly. But here's the thing, Mia. Any of us who have been attacked,
Yeah.
any of us, we have done absolutely nothing at all to deserve any of it.
Nope.
They
Mm-mm.
And
create
they
their
keep
life.
coming on my channel. Like, you could look at the comments, they're there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Okay, so it's another case.
Uh,
It's another case where they throw a bunch of crap out there that isn't even true, and then they have their content. They try to do their scare tactics. They don't want you talking to us. They don't want you talking about the moving day theory. They don't want you telling people that you have the information right from the discovery because you do good research and they know it. They don't want people listening to you.
I believe, when those his mods now come in that night, even though they said he said they doxed him.
I actually believe the stuff they was saying about him, the way that he was harassing them and stuff. It all makes sense now. It really does. I mean, I think he just think he would harass anybody after what he pulled with this live. I mean, he's capable of anything. He is. Um,
Well, are we giving him a little too much credit because he's reading the same scripts that they were reading in 2018?
I know.
So it's the same little group of weirdos. They just
Yeah.
have a new little person to have,
Or they're
to
trying
play
to
it.
scare, trying to trying to cause more drama like they always do. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Trying to
Mi-
scare people, make people
Mia,
afraid
if
of.
you Mia, if you can hear me, it says devices not connected. I don't know why it says it.
Did we
I'm
lose
gonna
her?
go ahead
I
and
think
post.
we lost her. I don't
It
see her.
says it says devices not connected.
Yeah,
So I just posted the link again, Mia.
yeah. Her her internet drops a lot. Um, yeah, but it's just
Jackie
all
says
this
he
stuff is
was
getting crazy.
Jackie
It's just
says he was cruel to Christy.
yeah. Oh, he was cruel to her. Yes. Oh yeah. I heard the stuff he said about her. It was horrible. Horrible.
Okay, I just clicked Mia up and now it's buffering. So it's an internet thing, I think. Do you see it buffering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can't. Oh yeah, it's
Oh, it's
buffering.
your end, or
Your
There
internet's
you
going in
are.
and out. That's
is it
all.
my?
There
I
you
just
are.
like wanted to show you how dark my yard is. Um,
Hmm.
and, and the fence is it's 6 foot stockade fence. There was somebody out there,
Hmm.
Could it have been
and
an animal?
it was there was somebody stomping it. I mean, like they could hear footsteps. People heard it. To me, it sounded like a guy, a man's footsteps. Like that's just a feeling I got. It was
Michelle
weird.
says, just
I
stay
was
in your
just getting
room,
nervous.
lady. You're onto something. That's what's going on, Mia. They want us to be scared to talk. That's what's going on.
I don't know where the guy is,
Hmm.
and he could
You don't know
be in the
what?
United. He could be in the USA right now. I don't know. He keeps on showing pictures. He's in the USA. I don't know.
Do
Is
you
he in the
think Dave's
USA?
in the U.S.?
That's what I don't know. Is he?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Why is he stalking me?
Is he stalking you?
Well, put it this way: when somebody's obsessed, when you don't say something about somebody, there's something weird. Um, I don't know what you want to call it. There's people coming over to my channel mentioning him. I mean, in comments for a video 2 days
That's what
ago,
they've been doing for 4 years. That's what they do.
Hmm.
and his
They
name
work
wasn't even
with you.
mentioned. It wasn't even about that. I don't understand. Like, I, this is not normal behavior.
They have been acting like this for 4 years. This is what they do. They gang up, they tackle, they gang up, they tackle.
Hmm.
That's what they do. They stay up all night long using alt accounts, switching through their different profiles. They're going to start saying you were never a nurse. They're going to start saying that you filed bankruptcies. I mean, this is what they do, and this is how they've been trying to scare people away from talking about the case.
Well, then maybe Jamie needs to be searched. I don't know. I mean, somebody's encouraging him. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Because this isn't, why would it just start happening now? It wasn't until he met these people, and this is beginning now. Why?
Well, he
I
was
mean,
hooked
they're
up,
giving him an outlet to come to, which isn't all that far from my house.
he was hooked up with the scumbag attackers when he first came on board 2 years ago. He was already hooked up with the scumbag.
They not, I never had problems with the R's. I mean, they never did stuff like that. But I don't know about the W's.
No,
This is a weird one.
I'm not talking about
Well,
the I's or the W's. I'm talking about the scumbag attackers.
Yeah.
Dave was hooked up with them right from the start.
I mean, I'm not, be honest with you, the R's don't scare me. Like, they're not crazy people. This other family, I'm gonna be honest. There's something weird.
There is something weird, and that's what I was just saying. We're going to start a series on how Christopher Watt's wife was being emotionally abused by her in-laws.
Yeah. She, I believe she was. I honestly believe she was.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it all coming in very clearly.
Yep.
Yes.
After we talked the other day about it, it's like just driving along. I'm like, wait a minute.
Like bingo, it just went off.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Or
Hmm.
like
She
that
antagonized
video
her,
where they were ignoring her
Yeah, she
when they were
antagonized
asking
her, I think. Yep.
and
like she wasn't even there.
Hmm.
and what about honestly? No, people say, well, maybe her mind went, because of trauma, but it doesn't work like that. Not like
Nope.
you remember and then you don't. It's the opposite. I know how that works. They don't.
You
But
mean the whole nap routine?
yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, well,
I'm
maybe it
gonna
was
do
so
my
true.
I'm gonna do my summing it up perfectly
But
word.
before
That's
anything
nothing but
happened,
bullshit.
why?
That's
She, if that little girl would have been allergic to chocolate and that she ate all those Hershey Kisses, just even one, just say one could have killed her
Yeah.
with an
exactly.
anaphylactic. And that is, Shanann was right about that. She didn't freak out. She laughed about that. But
Yeah, but she'd already showed in her videos before that she let them have those mini chocolate chips all the time, both of them. So she'd already
right,
blown that
but
theory.
yeah, but the mother doesn't know. And if somebody told me their child was allergic to something, I'm not going to have it where a child could get it. That's not
Yeah.
normal behavior.
Yeah, it's not.
She should have known better. So shame on her, the
Hmm.
mother-in-law. I think she is a witch. That I think I'm going
Yeah.
to be honest. Why would you do that? Why would you do that if you knew a child was allergic or the possibility? Why would you take that chance? I wouldn't. I don't even care if I didn't like the mother. I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. That's just I
Well,
don't.
you mean why would you
Hold
hurt
on here. Hold on.
what?
Special K, you better delete that comment or you're blocked. Delete it now or you're
Oh,
blocked.
it must be something bad. It,
Which one? What happened? I missed something.
I don't even see it. I I don't have it. The comment part. I mean,
I won't be able to tell if it's deleted or not because it'll still be visible to me. But if you guys can look and see if Special K has two comments right after Jeanette.
Let me
I must
see.
have hit a funny button.
I'm
Jeanette's,
looking. Hold on.
Jeanette's
Numerous things.
comment that starts out, Jody is cool.
What's that? Jodi Arias?
Jeanette's
Is that
comment starts out, Jody is cool. See if Special K has two comments after
it?
that.
I
What
can't
is
even
that?
see them. I
Is
don't even
that
know where we're
Jodi
at.
Arias or what?
Oh,
What's
it's.
that
I
mean?
guess it's deleted. I don't see them.
Oh,
Okay. Special K, tell me in the comments if
Oh,
you've
she
deleted
said
them.
she. Special case said that it's deleted. She said so.
Good.
She deleted.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Do not, do not. I'm using my mean voice here, so do not, do not.
She said sorry, mm.
I'll say
I
do
didn't
not
even see
one
what
more time.
happened. I missed it totally. Maybe everybody else did. I missed it, man. I'm usually
I
like
Well,
I know.
eagle eye on
So
stuff, like a hawk
I
eye on stuff, and I
I
missed it. I'm so
I
well,
didn't
you
sorry.
like
guys
how
be
upset
careful.
Sir Mama was today. I did not like that at all.
Well, just be careful, you guys in the chat, because that's not okay. And you guys, what, like, help each other. So,
Hmm.
because sometimes I'm sitting here talking and I'm not really able to read
And
stuff.
I'm not trying to imply anything, but you know, I'm gonna question this family now. There's something off.
Yeah, there's something off, all right.
Well, if they're hanging out with someone who gets up on the internet and says Miss
And they're in their
Men's
chat.
Proposal,
Yeah,
Hmm.
I
she's in
mean,
his chat, so she knows.
Hmm.
And I don't even want to bring that horrible comment up. Sir Mom already mentioned it once in here. That was a horrible thing to say.
Yep.
What's up with the death thing again? Why are they
Yeah.
bringing death? like about, I can't even repeat, which one I'm talking about, so not, the really horrible one.
Mm-hmm. I
You
don't
meant
know.
it was mentioned in here tonight, so
Oh,
about that the the mother said that,
oh,
I don't know what
that
you're talking about.
mm.
about pissing the fire. I wouldn't put the fire out, which one that was.
Oh,
Oh,
because of
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah. And you know what? If
That's just scaring me.
if
That's not
Cindy
normal.
Watts, if Cindy Watts actually said that,
What's wrong with her?
then there's something very wrong with her, because the Cindy Watts who wanted to hang on the phone for hours and hours and hours would have never said anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, either something's happening to her or he's not being truthful. We didn't hear that directly from her, but he shouldn't be saying that stuff. And if he
He
really is,
said
if
she
he's
goes
that
into his chat
resentful of you,
every
yeah, I know.
night. He's in his. Because she doesn't work. She's in his chat every night.
Yeah, that's what he says. She's in. They're both that. Her
So
and Ronnie are both in his chat every time he goes live.
You guys
He
believe
did
that?
say that.
yeah,
You guys believe that?
I don't believe it, but that's what he says. I
that's
don't
what he
believe him.
said.
Okay,
I
if he
don't.
if he
I
read
can't
that,
believe half this stuff because I don't have any proof of it. I gotta have. Me. I need proof.
Well, but if somebody
Um,
says something like that, wouldn't it be true?
well, you
I
would
don't.
hope that he wouldn't be slandering her, but
I
who
mean,
knows?
I believe everything that's coming out of his mouth. I never am questioning anything. Nothing.
I highly doubt Cindy Watts is in his chat.
Yeah.
Like, I highly doubt that. I highly doubt it.
Teddy, eh,
Oh, I'm telling
my
you.
dog's already nervous.
I just. I'm telling you. I just don't understand why all this is getting so out of hand again. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and
like if you
your
talk
mama
about
felt nervous all
something
day
flared him
too.
off.
There's something
Yeah.
we're feeling all day. We felt like this. I can't
Yeah.
even explain it.
Yeah. Something flared them off. I mean,
There's
bad. Something
something
we've said.
they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Dear
They're
Miss
planning on
Mensa,
doing something.
dear Miss Mensa,
Teddy,
I'm Cindy Watts, and I've been listening to your podcast. Thank you for telling the truth. Everyone believes what Sandy wrote in Discovery. Not true. It was a cup of vanilla ice cream. That's all. Cece had other ice cream in the freezer, but not in a cup. She screamed and cried, and I told my granddaughter to make sure she didn't touch Cece and to wash her hands. That made Shanann blow up at me. She accused me of trying to kill her child. Yes, I had it. I asked her to leave
Mm-hmm.
because she frightened everyone in the house. I spent $375 on food for the girls so they could eat. She was with me when we went to Walmart. I did everything I could to make her happy. Jamie,
Teddy, shush.
my daughter, dropped off her kids because she had to do a setup for work. Shanann changed. She was angry. She didn't want my other grandchildren
Maybe she
there.
will.
There were no razor blades or bowls of nuts. The only bowl with a razor was on the sink that cleaned my glass stove top. My house is small, and I watched the kids because she didn't. Always on the phone. It was glued to her hand.
Yep.
They were
But her
past due
daughter's perfect.
their house payments and took $10,000 out of his 401k to bring up to date. She didn't pay the house payments. Where did the money go? Chris is quiet, kind, and a follower. I always felt he was like his dad, quiet, kind, and always there for you. We always loved Bella and Cece, and yes, I didn't like Shanann, but I did love her. There is a difference. I loved her because Chris loved her, and she was the mother of my grandchildren. We really tried so hard, but nothing we did was good enough. Sincerely, Cindy.
Yep. There's the letter. Yep. Well, Is that's what we've been hearing all this time, and all at once now it's changing to something different. So I don't know what's going on. According to him, it's
I
changing.
might be actually changing my opinion. Actually, I think.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
I'm being honest.
And that phone call was in April of 2020.
Uh,
She and I had been talking for an entire
Yeah.
year because this email I just read you was April of 2019. So she and I have been talking for hours and hours and hours for an entire year. So there's no way that all of a sudden that story changed. No way. No way. So whatever he's trying to pull with that whole nap thing, uh-uh.
And there's one
Oh,
person saying this. Don't get, yeah. They'll say I said something.
check my volume for what, Marge? You guys, am I too loud or too not too
Now
loud?
it's fine. It's perfect right now.
you were roboting a little bit while
Marge
ago when
says,
you read it. You might want to
Yes,
reread that because you
StreamYard
were
has been
roboting a
doing
little
that.
bit. Yeah.
Like now it sounds good.
Yeah. I think it's
It
StreamYard.
oh,
It
you know why
doesn't.
I was roboting?
Why?
I know why. I just figured out why. Because when I'm not in the StreamYard thing,
Mm-hmm.
because I clicked onto the other screen, that's
oh
why it roboted.
oh okay. Just thank you because I wondered why that was happening to me
I
and mine.
think, I'm not sure, but I think if I'll be quiet for a minute. I'm gonna photocopy it or copy and paste it, and then I think I might be able to read it. So you guys didn't hear the letter?
I
Oh,
heard it,
it
but
was.
it
We
was
could
bad.
hear it, but it was had lot of roboting in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
I'll be
was
right
like.
back.
Okay, sorry.
Mhm.
I really wish. Why can't we just all get along? I mean, I don't understand
I don't
this.
know.
Like, I mean,
You'd think
I
YouTube would
don't
be big enough
harass
for
anybody.
everybody, you know?
Yeah, I'm honestly not doing anything. I'm not talking about the guy. Nothing. You
No.
know. Um, I'm just trying to understand this, and so
Hmm.
I think they're mad because they had the timeline transaction. That's the only other thing.
Yeah.
But it's in discovery. But I was covering what I wanted to see. Were there any other calls that were made for that moving day? You
Right.
know,
I know
was
what you
that?
were doing. You weren't doing anything but trying to go by
Yeah,
stuff that you could
it,
prove with facts. That's all you were doing.
right. And I mean, it's not fair. I mean, Miss Spencer was accurate. I mean, she was 100% accurate, and
Yes.
it was at least at that time. Whatever changed, I mean, that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
But that's not anybody's fault,
No.
and not saying anything bad. So don't misconstrue the words, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know why they're doing that. I mean, you didn't, and
yeah,
I guess
this
they're
was
upset because
just
you've
like
been over
it.
here on this panel, or we've been over there on yours. That's the only thing I could figure out. That they're somebody's PO'd about bad. That's the only thing I can figure out. But I've been attacked though, man. Honestly, after I saw
I
that one
know. I'm
channel,
sorry.
I was attacked for 10 months. After that, I wasn't even on YouTube. I wasn't even on YouTube.
Really?
No,
That
for
bad?
10 months. For 10 months, me and the other three girls that left, we were actually looking into some true crime cases here in Texas
I'm
at that
sorry.
time. That
That
Erica Hernandez, that mother that went missing, and they found her in that reservoir over there in a subdivision when she left her friend's house. Yeah, we had another case almost like this one with this girl. And then we have that little Sammy Olson, that little 6-year-old boy that was missing. That was going
I'm
on
sorry.
during COVID, you know. So
Yeah,
I was
I
not
didn't
on
know
here doing anything, but I
that.
got
No, I've
accused.
never heard of you.
I know I got accused of having 4 channels and going all over the place and going after the arse, going after this Kelly, avocado, doing all, and I wasn't even on there. That's why I changed my name from Paula
Oh,
to Star Mama
and
because
you
I
know what?
kept getting accused of that stuff,
Nobody ever said a word to me at all. That's
And right
about
now,
you.
guys, I'm going to tell you on my cooking channel, you're only going to
Some
see
mama's nice.
you're only going
So,
to be seeing videos for I don't know, maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to record videos. I'm not doing any lives till this stuff. I've already had people
that's
coming
so
into my
sad.
emails on there and saying shit to me. And it's just they can't even leave my cooking channel alone. That has nothing
But
to do with true
people have
crime.
to stop harassing people, please.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, they don't get it. I
And
mean,
it's some of the
it
same people that's running
never
around
ends
leaving
well.
messages. Yep. And
Somebody
leaving
ends up
comments. Yep. I just don't get it.
no, and the women are involved and they're provoking it. I think
hmm
his
And
own
I don't know
moderators are
why they feel
provoking it.
like that we're not entitled to our opinions
It could be a
on anything.
man behind,
Oh, yeah.
you know, it could be a male moderator using a female's name too, because I can't imagine any woman doing that. I just can't.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who's doing it. It's just
Oh,
that I know who's doing the harassing and causing it because they go from channel to channel and they leave their names. So you know who's doing it.
yeah,
Yeah, and it is some of his mods and some of his stuff. But what do you do
yeah.
to stop it? He's not stopping it. He's
Google
he's
support.
provoking it and backing it. That's where it's wrong.
Yeah,
Instead of him worrying about one of us coming over there and saying something in his chat and blocking people, he needs to be concerned about what his mods are going around and doing to other people in their
yeah.
channels.
They're harassing my
Yes,
chats
I know they are.
constantly. They're harassing in comments.
A couple of them changed their
They're
name, but they didn't change their profile picture, which gave them away right away. That was
right,
something.
and their
Yep.
name's very similar, and
Yes.
I could tell it's them. I was told too.
Yeah. We know
Hey
who that is.
guys, hey
So,
guys, I was just
hi.
cruising through a bunch of my stuff, and I have a
Yep.
lot of stuff. I have a lot of pictures and stuff too. Um,
I bet you do.
See how dark
yeah,
it is here.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
pitch
yeah.
my.
black.
You can't. Yeah,
But I
and
was
it is
listening to
pretty
what you
dark.
guys were saying,
Yep.
and I, I'm realizing you guys don't understand, or you're not aware of everything they've done because
Oh,
I
I'm
keep,
aware of what they've done. I was telling her for 10 months. I wasn't even on YouTube after I left avocados. And I was still getting accused of shit. I wasn't even on
Right.
there,
Well,
you know?
they're threatening that we can't talk about the Chris Watts case again.
Oh, yeah, he's doing that now. I know. I know.
but
Not
the thing
and
is,
not the ours.
but Mia, you keep saying that you didn't do anything wrong, that you didn't say anything, that you didn't even say his name and stuff.
Did I?
That's they attack people who have not. I had never even heard of the
Oh,
case. I
Yep.
had never
I'm
even
so
heard of the
sorry.
case, and they were attacking me. They were threatening my life, Mia. They were
I
telling me to
I
forget
I didn't
my
know
life,
that. I
and I hadn't
I
even heard of this stupid case.
I mean I would have thought if you would have came over there. I mean usually I had nice people in chat. Some were nice, that are still there.
I
Yeah.
I
didn't
would
even have
think.
a YouTube channel. I
Oh,
had never heard of this case. I never even had a YouTube channel. And they were
well,
making YouTube video after YouTube video attacking me. So it's not anything about what you said or did,
No.
except they do not want you to feel safe enough to talk about the case.
Yep.
And that tells you that you're getting into areas of the discussion that they don't want you to be discussing.
Well, and we've all been agreeing on the moving day theory, and they don't like that at all.
that
That's
yeah,
it.
they don't like
That's
that one.
triggering for somebody.
Right, but it wasn't like coming from the R's.
I don't know.
I mean,
Because I don't
Well,
know. I don't trust
unless
any of them right now about anything.
yes, you were saying it
well,
could be
I've
anybody.
been attacked by the R's, and I've been attacked by people who they applaud for
Yeah.
attacking me. I've been
Mhm.
threatened by people, and then the
Oh
R's.
yeah, the women are encouraging it. The
Yes.
moderator, the
Yes.
moderator woman especially, she
Mhm.
encourages it, and She's the one who puts our mama's name on.
Yeah.
Well, the R's applaud it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm seeing threatening videos and Rue
Well,
Jr. is right there applauding, saying, "Get the old hags." You know, I
oh, God.
am
That's
not at all
horrible.
impressed by either side of the family right now.
Yeah. And you got to keep in mind, I know of one of the R family members that is very close to CW's sister. Just saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust her at all. I'm gonna be honest. I do not trust her.
Well, I think we should talk about what if. What if Christopher Watt's wife was being
I give
harassed
her
and
treats. Okay.
abused by his family? What if?
Yeah, I mean, what if? I mean, could she be wrong? I mean, that many times?
About what?
You know?
Oh, you mean about what she said for the last 4 years? And I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
She's not been wrong.
the body language, I'm telling you, you watch that video of them walking, they're
Oh, in that
ignoring
one
her.
video, yes, I do agree with you in that video where he had
And she was
Cece up
happy.
on his shoulders, and she was
Yeah.
walking ahead, and Ronnie was walking with
Well, and
Bella.
yes,
Yes,
and I didn't like the
yes,
way he was holding her hand. He was like dragging her. He could have pulled her socket out of her arm. You know, I'm
yeah,
gonna be honest.
Ronnie was kind of dragging her in that picture. In that video. I agree with
And
you. Yeah,
Shanann didn't say anything. I
no,
give her
she
a lot
didn't.
of credit because if he would have done that to my kid, that wouldn't have been going over too well.
Yeah, that was there in that video. I
You
do
know,
agree
that's
with you.
something I noticed. If you look at the pictures, that bothered me too, Mia,
Did it?
because how is it that loving grandparents and even Christopher Watts also, he seemed to be taking care of them and everything, but he did the same thing, pulling them right up by their skinny little arms.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
no
I
better.
mean. It's just like a robotic thing. It's like if they're on
Parents should know
camera,
better. An actual parent should know better than to do that.
yeah,
You know,
and
it's something else.
were they so irritated with her being on the phone and doing her lives and her videos? Were they so irritated with her indirectly they were taking it out on the kids?
No,
yeah.
I think they're just doofuses about stuff.
Oh.
Doofuses about
But
stuff.
something
Yeah,
else, have you noticed how in the pictures the adults are kissing those two little girls right on the lips?
yeah, I did notice that.
Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
gross. You don't do
That
that.
is. I would never. I never even kissed my son on the lips. I never did. And
Exactly. That's
that's
what
No,
cheeks are born for kisses. I
yeah,
mean, you kiss your babies on the cheeks. You don't kiss them on the
mhm,
lips.
no.
yeah.
That's
My parents never kissed me on the lips. I mean, I know. I saw that too. Is
but
that? I
both
didn't know that's where it came from.
what?
And so it was actually his side that kissed him on the lips.
It was his side,
Yeah,
Oh my god.
right on the lips.
yeah, they did it too. Yeah, I've seen them both do it. I sure have. Yeah,
Oh my
And the thing
god.
you'll
is,
see a lot of pictures of the dad bending over, kissing both of them, right, both the little girls in the mouth. I have seen that.
Well,
Um,
there's something else that made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. If we're gonna go there,
yeah, well,
and maybe it meant nothing. I the fountain.
the fountain.
yeah,
Um,
when
Yeah.
Bella was standing over the fountain,
Oh, yes.
the father picked her up and put her in that area. Put her right in over that area. I know maybe I'm just a little paranoid because I watch for those things. Could be just,
Mhm.
but I think somebody else mentioned it before.
I
And
don't know. I've tried to think back. My mom and dad never kissed my kids in the mouth.
no, of
no,
course
no,
not.
I
My
don't
mom
know
and dad
anybody.
never did
I
that.
don't know
They
anybody
kissed
that
them
did.
on their cheek and stuff.
Yeah,
And actually, with my grandsons, my dad just took and grabbed them and hugged them. He didn't kiss them anyway. After they got to be in school because they didn't like that stuff. They didn't want nobody slobbering all over their face.
yeah. Yeah, I remember my
I
mom
say
saying
that
like, oh,
slobbering,
yeah,
but
because like my dad would always tease you like he's gonna hug you and stuff. Like
yeah.
it's just too old for that. They stop. But not kissing on the
People in the
lips. No.
chat, people in the chat who kiss their kids on the lips. I'm thinking if you want to kiss your kids on the lips, go for it. Okay.
Hmm.
Here's what I'm talking about. Grandparents who live hundreds of miles away,
Yeah,
The
who
not
see
strangers.
close
the
to him.
kids,
Yep.
who see the kids a couple times a year. Okay,
Hmm.
a
I know
couple
where you're
times a
going.
year.
Yep.
They live hundreds of miles away. If
Hmm.
you're if you're the mom, the dad, the grandma, the grandpa, where the kids are running in the door, because I see the comments, oh, I kiss every day when they head out to school, that kind of thing. If you happen to kiss on the lips, whatever. But if grandma and grandpa are flying in from hundreds of miles away and the girls barely know any of them,
Yep.
why are they kissing them on the lips?
It's the same thing when they went to North Carolina and they seen Junior. They were kissing him on the mouth. Explain that too. They didn't even. But Cece had never seen him. Yeah, I don't
Oh, I
get
was
that
gonna
either.
say I
Yeah,
don't think I didn't know. I never
I think
saw
he's
it
still got that one picture on his channel where he shows them both there and their
on the
that
cheeks
one
or
video. No, the one video where she reached
mm,
over and kissed him on the mouth. I don't
what?
know if it
But
means
is
anything.
it?
I don't
I
know.
mean, but they're gonna act out what's happening to them. So
Yeah,
if
that's what
the
I'm afraid of.
fair,
Yeah.
yeah, like if the grandparents, the other grandparents did it, that's why
Yes.
they would do it to him. You know what I mean?
And I'm
Because
not saying that
they didn't know him and they really don't. You wouldn't know somebody if you did. You're that age of a kid. I mean, think about it. They were 2 and 4 years old. They really didn't. They didn't get to see him that often. So that would make you. I don't know. That is kind of disturbing if you think about it. It really is.
I don't think it means there was anything going on.
No, it's
No,
just. I know.
yeah,
I
I
think what it
mean,
means is that if you have a 2-year-old licking a table at the restaurant,
Yeah, with
and then you
Parmesan
have,
it's
cheese
just
stuff.
friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
and then you have, I mean, if, and this is back on the conversation of whether or not Christopher Watt's wife was being emotionally abused by her in laws.
Yeah.
If that's true, then you have a child who you can't control, and you have in laws who you're trying to impress,
Hmm.
and probably she was being judged every step of the way, right?
Yeah.
Yep, she was.
Then
Hmm.
what's she going to do? Do you remember that video that everyone was so disturbed about, watching the maternal grandmother telling Bella no to having a drink?
Oh, yes, when they were in that restaurant,
I
and she
never
was
saw
watching
it. They
her
hurt
drink her
people.
coffee, and they were dancing in the in the booth there, and Bella
Yep,
was imitating everything she did. Well, her grandma took a drink of her coffee, and she set it down, and then Bella went to take a drink of her drink, and her grandma said, "No, you got to eat
right,
all your pizza 3 times, not just one time, but 3 times."
right. But think about this.
Like a
Hmm.
little sip wouldn't get her full. You know what I mean?
Well, it
Think
did. They, yeah,
think about looking at it from the opposite direction now, because we've spent 4 years saying, "Oh my goodness, poor little Bella just wanted to copy her grandma," right?
hmm,
Hmm.
Now think about looking at it from the opposite direction, which this
Hmm.
is kind of like not that easy to do, right? To look at
right.
everything from all perspectives. But
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That. Hmm.
if you have a daughter who is emotionally
Yep.
distraught, emotionally upset,
Yep.
mentally, psychologically, whatever,
Yep.
has some sort of issues that are difficult for her, okay? If
Hmm.
you and your husband move right into the house
Hmm.
and all of a sudden, you know, your son-in-law's parents come in, okay? That video, I'm trying to look at it backwards, okay?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It could be that Christopher Watt's mother-in-law was the only one with the guts to say, Cece, behave, or Bella, behave.
Yeah.
That whole
Yeah.
idea that
Yeah.
we see those videos where his wife is calling them monsters, and we're like, they're not monsters, they're perfect little children. Well, let's be real. Cece was a very,
Hyperactive child.
Yes. Yeah.
she
And
was a
true for
very,
that. The friends. Hmm.
and I highly doubt, and she wasn't verbal, and
No.
neither was Bella. These children were not verbal. It could have been that they were actually wild. Okay? If
Mhm.
Cece's going to throw herself on the floor over ice cream
Right.
or whatever now, right? Who knows what the story is going to be for the next 4 years. But if she's going to
Mhm.
throw herself kicking and screaming on the floor, I mean, let's be real.
Mhm.
There may not have been a whole lot of parenting going on. Maybe Christopher Watt's mother in law was the only one who was the disciplinarian, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's always the person in the family, then, of course, who is like, ugh, you know? And then everyone
Mhm.
else just smiles and lets the kids do whatever the hell they want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could be reading this all backwards.
Mm.
Yeah.
We could be absolutely reading all of
Well,
this backwards.
yeah, because you know what came to me? I didn't see that video, but my son would be like, he would drink too much and then he'd be full before his food would get there.
Yeah.
So then they
And
don't want
maybe
to eat.
she didn't have a pull ups on, or maybe she was planning a 3 hour something at the park or whatever, that she
Yeah.
could, and that could have been her second or third drink. We don't
Yeah.
know
We don't know. Yeah. And they
because they have
drink
free
the soda or
refills.
whatever it is fast and, you know,
Well, they have
and
free refills for kids, so it could have been her second or third cup.
yeah,
And
and then
and
she's not getting
the
hungry.
interesting part about this discussion is
Mhm.
that for 4 years we've looked at those videos and said, "Oh my goodness," but maybe we have it wrong. Maybe
Makes you
we
wonder. Mhm. And
because
why, can I ask you something? How come there aren't many videos of the ants,
because
Yeah.
the
she
sister with
either
the
one of
kids?
them. Bella didn't see either her aunt or her uncle at all. From what I've been told by Cindy, who knows what that's worth at this point. We'll wait to see. But
Hmm.
from what I was told, neither child saw their aunt or uncle since Bella was 10 months old. Cece wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But do
Well,
you notice the difference? Like,
doesn't remember.
Junior really loved the little girls. You could see that.
He just met him.
Right. But I mean, he looked happy. But I don't even see one picture with the sister.
Oh,
Not one.
you mean with
I
Chris's sister? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Nicker's
have a
sister.
picture of the sister when Bella's a baby.
Yeah. That's the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Why wasn't she seeing the little girls like when they were there? I mean, the last time in 2018 was. And why didn't she go to the birthday party? That's another question I
They
just
were
thought
supposed to
about.
be all working. I don't know.
At the for her birth, I mean, why didn't she go to the birthday party and bring her
I have
kids or
no
something?
idea.
Because she wasn't there, right? I'm trying to figure this out. Was she there when this happened? Because I'm getting people saying mixed things now. Um,
The way I
she
understand, she dropped the kids off there and left for work. I don't think, but then I've heard she was there when this all happened. I don't know. What were you
right.
told, I don't know about Jamie. I don't know.
Because there's nuts she put on. If they're ganging on her, how can she not be there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in a Shanann's situation. I'm going to be honest with you. No,
No,
I wouldn't. That camera's off. You don't know what they're really like. I'm just going to be honest. I wasn't there,
no.
and but I don't see one picture of the sister-in-law with those kids. One time, not in trampoline, not in the pool, nowhere.
I know.
Not even at a gun range, target range. Not that I think you should be taking kids, but I mean, if that's her pastime, just saying.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
I mean, they weren't there. There's no pictures. There's no
And I got to
pictures.
thinking about something when Cindy flew in to take care of the kids, and this is when the ours were still living there. What was that all about, really? And
Hmm.
uh, SW told
Cindy to keep the kids
Um,
upstairs or take care of them, and told her mom and dad that that was time for her to have to spend with the kids. And because her mom called her while they were on that trip and was complaining that Cindy was not letting them have anything to do with the girls. And she said, well, that's their time or something. I'll take care of it when I get home. And that's when her
and she
mom
freaked
blew up
out
and left. Her
to
mom blew up and left. Yeah.
right, but like before that happened, the mother, Christopher Watts' mother,
Hmm.
she freaked out. Like, what the hell am I doing here anyway in front of the
Yes.
kids?
That's
And
what I was going to say. So why,
then she apologized. Like, does she
again,
have
did she actually stress SW off? I mean, did she actually stress her out in doing that and made her go nuts on her mother? I don't know.
yeah, I mean, maybe why she invited her was like, look, mom, this is the way she really is. You'll see. I
I mean,
mean,
we've never really looked at this in another direction.
no. I
We've
mean,
always been real
why?
protective of them,
She
and
yelled in front of the girls.
yeah,
That's not normal either. And that's the
yeah,
mother-in-law, Chris's mom. You know, think about it. They don't know you that well, and
yeah.
you're gonna yell in front of little kids. They're gonna get
Well,
scared.
actually, Ronnie and Cindy went outside with the kids when that was all going down inside, my understanding.
Well, that's
And
that other part, but I mean, you know, they probably see those kids knew the other grandparents, and they
right.
know, you know, some
Hmm.
families are more stoic, okay, but other families are more vocal,
Yeah,
and you know, they know like no one's gonna get hit or anything like that. But now the one that's quiet, they don't know her, and then she just starts freaking out,
yeah.
and then you know, she had a little bit of bipolar going on, if you ask me, from that behavior. From she said it, apologized to them.
I'm
That
beginning to think what Jackie said. I believe SW had her demons, but I'm beginning to wonder if the Watts didn't instigate and
yep,
trigger her.
yeah,
I am beginning to think
yep,
that 100%.
me
And we've
too.
already been called disgusted for going down this road now. So
Yeah,
let him come again. You
I'm
know,
going down that road.
me too. I'm going down it. So too bad, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and I want to say too, people in the chat are saying things like, "Oh, we shouldn't be doing this" or whatever,
yeah.
or "We're going backwards" or whatever. No, I gotta go, and
uh,
well, I got news for you. Every single time we have discussed this case, pretty much every single time, we're totally open. We're totally honest with what we think. We're not like certain other channel creators who are lying to their subs about what they really think about Christopher
yeah,
Watts.
Right.
We
Well,
we explore, we discuss, we ask questions, and sometimes our discussions are
sure.
heading in one direction. Sometimes they're heading in a different
yeah.
direction.
But we
Yeah,
always try to go back to what makes sense too,
right. I mean,
by the circumstances. Yeah.
we're unbiased, you know,
Yeah.
and
So I mean, if this discussion is like, ooh, this is too weird. Well, I think it's too weird when a family had an offer of a lawyer pro bono, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden they decided to go with some YouTube circus.
we're hearing now something different that um she's okay or something with him being in jail. Is that right?
That's what he,
There's a room.
what, no, what was said was he said,
Okay.
get a pen and a piece of paper, just like
I'm
Adrian
sure I
said,
would have
and
forgotten.
write it down because he said Ronnie and Cindy are now comfortable in saying that they know that he is going to be in prison for the rest of his life. And he said, and make sure you know this
Um,
also, that they believe that he was responsible for killing his family. Yeah.
well,
So I don't understand why that's all come about because they wouldn't didn't think that at all. And that's not coming from out of their mouth. That's what he's saying they said. So um, I
maybe
just
we had the nuts figured out wrong.
I'm telling you, I was shocked at the end when I heard that. Couldn't even go through and listen to that whole thing because it was just nothing but
Well,
bashing,
but you
bashing,
know what? It
bashing,
kind of
bashing,
makes sense
bashing.
because, like Miss Mensa said, there was a pro bono lawyer.
Now there was.
Um, they
And
didn't
there was
want
an
him.
investigator lined up. And all at once, they're all fixed to get ready to go see about seeing him. And she gets a call and says it's off. They don't want him. They don't want to use him.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
very weird to me.
Right. There was another incident of another lawyer, another
I
creator
know.
said,
Yeah.
same thing. They got
Yeah.
their money back, and that was it because of
Yeah.
Cindy, from what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so
Mm-hmm.
when you do the math, I mean, he's probably telling the truth about
Mm-hmm.
that. That seems like he is based on her own actions in the
Mm-hmm.
past. But why? Is the question. Do
Yeah.
they think he's guilty?
I don't know. Do they really think that their son is? I mean, I wish if they did, I wish that they would explain that. Why all at once after 4 years they think that. I mean, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear their view on it. Just
Yep.
I'd love to hear them just get on. Yeah, I don't care if it's his or where it is. Just get on there and just say this is our opinion on everything, and this is the way we feel based on our conversations with our son. I don't see anything wrong with
And
that. You
yeah,
know, saying that
and
out of their mouth, but not out of somebody else's mouth. That's a problem I
and here's something else. How come they've been through so many creators on YouTube?
have.
Was
Well,
it the creators or was it them?
exactly. Yeah.
You know?
I don't think they've been through so many players. I
I
think they've
mean,
been with the
the
same group
creators?
right from the start.
You mean she's saying creators? Like different. They've used different
Yeah.
creators to put their
And then
Right,
stuff
they
out
and then
there.
they
Yeah,
dump them.
they dump them.
right, but I
Yeah.
don't think they have. I
You don't.
think that the same,
Oh.
if you know the first one, she is a scumbag attacker who is
Yeah.
connected to the second one and the third
Yeah,
one
that's
and
true.
the
That's
fourth
true.
one. I think Dave is just part of that group.
Well, he didn't get along with the you know, I don't know how
They act like they don't get along, but I think behind the scenes they do actually.
the one from, can I just say the country of Canada? Or it's actually, it used to be a
Oh,
continent.
oh, are you talking about the one? Oh, I know you're talking. Well, not him, but
It was
It's
a
almost
female,
everybody else.
female, it was a female.
Oh, oh, okay. I know who
no,
you're
She,
talking about.
the group that he's connected to is from the United States.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
is that
Yeah.
why? Okay. I mean, so you think it'd be justifiable, like, why she doesn't keep friends or they're not true friends?
Who?
They connected with her right
Yeah.
away,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and they've been
The
managing her.
KK,
Yeah, they've
yeah.
been playing her.
Yeah.
That's why they all went ballistic when she and I were talking. They did not want her talking to me.
Yeah.
Right, but there was another one that I knew, True Tam,
Oh, yeah.
that one.
That's
Like,
true too. I don't what
what
I
happened?
don't know anything about that deal at all. So because I don't
They were
know her.
friends,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Well, she said some really nasty things about KK, and
Oh,
then
Okay. Oh.
after she said nasty things about KK and told me she would never speak to her again, then
oh,
that's when they decided they didn't want a real lawyer and they went with the KK circus.
Yeah.
right. And then there
But
was the other one,
Lana did a really good video today. You guys should watch it when you have time.
yeah.
Did
Oh,
she?
okay.
She talked a lot about the whole KK thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Because there was another creator like before Lana.
yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. I don't know if Miss Nancy.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think she.
the very first one, she's one of the worst scumbag attackers of them all.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt at all that the same people who are playing in her little mini group are the same people who are providing the words for Dave to
But
pull.
she and Dave had it out.
No,
But
they don't
I
really.
don't think you're thinking of the same one. Put it in the private chat too. Put it over there in the private chat, Mia Chimenza, so she'll know the
Sure.
name. I don't think
Okay.
she knows which
That's a
name
good
it is.
idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
that way you
So,
don't have to say it, you know.
all right. So I'm gonna hit chat. Okay.
Yeah, you just hit chat and go to the private side, and then you can print it there. Because the only thing on the other side, you can just see who's in
Oh,
the chat. You can't post anything on that side. You have to hit the private chat, and then she can see it. The only people that can see that's people on the panel. That's it.
okay. That's the private one.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
her?
Yeah.
She's not. She's not. In just my opinion, I don't think she's really malicious or anything. I think they were using her
That's what I
um,
mean.
to
Yeah.
get
Why?
information. I think that possibly she was actually a friend of hers, or that they actually became friendly to each other. I don't mean a friend of hers, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Cause
And
she used to
yeah,
talk.
I don't think she was one of the scumbag attackers, but I do think that she was pretty much bouncing around between what the scumbag attackers were trying to get her to do. No, I'll type the one who's the worst of them all. You're
Why
gonna
does this all seem to be involved around money? No matter which way we go, it's always about who can make money off of this stuff that causes the most shit. I mean, I'm just wondering.
okay, Mia. I just saw what you typed,
Mm-hmm.
and that would make sense because they wouldn't want her to be connected to her. I don't think. But take a look
Right.
at what I just typed. She's the worst of the worst, and she's the one who is.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mm.
and she's the one who talked Cindy into doing the interview.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now she is one of the worst
Not the
ones.
interview, not the phone interview. She talked Cindy into doing that television interview. And
Oh, is she the one that
Yeah.
talked her into doing
Oh,
that?
I didn't know.
Wow.
Wow.
and that interview after that is what they started to use as their excuse for attacking Cindy. They were
Wow.
Mm.
already attacking her for months, but they
Mm.
Yeah.
used that interview then to say that's why we attack her because she said mean things. That that scumbag attacker told Cindy what to say in the interview.
Well,
I know, Special K, you hate it when
yeah.
MM does private chats, but if we put it out there, then they're gonna start a bunch of shit again. I'm just
Hmm.
telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said I hate it when MM does private chats for her. Yeah. Well, that's why we have to be careful because every time if you let the least little name slip out or anything that come after you, like stink on shit. I'm just telling you, that's just what happens. They just do. It's just unreal where these people go. Nothing to lose. Yeah. Yeah.
There's another one that was it talking and was friends. Well, yeah.
Well, that one is connected directly to the one I just typed in there.
Hmm.
So I don't trust her for 1 second.
Okay.
She's directly connected to that one. Directly.
And it's so weird
Oh,
because
Gray 101 wants to know if we're going to talk about the case instead of the other stuff. She wants to know if we're going to talk about the case or what. I guess she don't want to hear all this stuff. Actually, this is part of the case. It's just going a different direction that we
yeah.
hardly ever go. You know?
Well,
It's
a
a
lot of
huge
my
part of the case.
comments, the title was my last live stream. It was titled, um, uh, oh, you can't always get what you want, and
Yeah.
I'm moving out.
Yeah.
Um, so it was a little bit, different, just a different, but it was about moving day too. But it was, I used the timeline transactions.
Hmm. You did.
It was verbatim, exactly what she
Where
said
it
to
all fit
you
in.
in an interview.
Exactly. You sure did.
You
So,
guys,
You
the
nailed
thing
it.
about the thing about the attacks and the fear mongering and everything, it is a
Hmm.
huge part about this case.
Yeah.
We've been doing true crime for a lot of years, and I have never seen any other case have any of this stuff
no,
happen.
And you never will again, probably.
exactly.
This will go
So
down in history as one of the cases, true
Yeah,
crime cases that
this
when
is
caused
I'm
this is the
more
book.
harassment and
This is the
bullshit than
book
any case.
you'll get rich off of.
when I'm getting threats, okay, from North Carolina, really? When I'm being
Wow.
harassed for 4 years straight, when I'm being
Yeah.
attacked for 4 years straight, when I'm being threatened, this is my family members, everything. Some of the crap they've posted is just horrendous.
Yeah, they
And they,
cost you a job too, by the way, a
they
position.
didn't
Yeah,
they didn't cost me a position at all. They've cost me,
That's money.
I won't
money.
even
Yeah.
say the number, but the number of hundreds of thousands of dollars that
Hmm.
are piled high with documented proof that their harassment, okay, has cost money, big time, financial damages, big time. And that's only the direct financial damage.
Not pain and
That's not
suffering.
anything with pain and suffering. That's not anything with distress, okay?
Right. Yep.
The intentional infliction of emotional distress. That's not anything with defamation. That's not anything, right? It's their direct,
Yeah,
their
it's like your
actions
career.
direct causing financial damages. So these people are evil. These people are dangerous. These people are scumbag attackers, which is why we
And
call them, okay?
and people think if they don't have money they can't be sued. That's not true.
It is not something separate from this case, because if this case
Hmm.
has people connected to it
Hmm.
that have secrets, evidently,
Hmm.
that are so terrible
Hmm.
that they are harming innocent people and harassing innocent people and threatening innocent people, then that tells us a lot more about this case than any other true crime case out there. And
Right.
that's the appeal to this case, because there's so much dirty going on. There's so much yuck going on. It's
Right.
just like you
It's
see a
horrible. I know. I've never. I mean,
it's
we
like when you
felt
see
that all
a
day.
train wreck or a car wreck, you're gonna look, right? There's
Yeah.
so much dirt with this case. If all we do is say, how the heck did she ever even buy that house? That's something that simple. Or if we look at the bankruptcy and say, how did she get her student loan forgiven? Or if we look
Right.
at, the details of why
I
is this
and
pregnancy
A was in the
in
house.
April
Oh,
when we're being told that she was pregnant in August?
oh, I
There's
never
so
even
much
thought about
dirt.
that. Yeah. I'm just
The
asking
dirt
a
with
question.
this case is exactly why we're still discussing it 4 years later.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad question to ask. I don't think. And actually, it could easily be cleared up. I mean,
Or just want to know why you haven't pursued this in court since they've come after you like this. It's a lot easier said than done, I think, from what I've been able to find out about when
like
people harass you.
they can actually, okay, say if they were, I doubt any of them can collect Social Security disability because most of them never probably worked enough. But whatever income they get, they would they garnish their wages. So if you won, I don't know if it was 6 million, say hypothetically, whatever, they'd still have to pay you. They take a percentage out.
Hmm.
So it's not true like, oh, they could hide their money. It doesn't work like that.
But I do know on harassment cases, sometimes it's hard to get any legal
Oh, is
action
it?
done on it. It really is.
Oh,
Just to get them in front of a judge, and
hmm.
especially with all the stuff that went on where everything was shut down for 2 years almost in our government stuff,
Yeah.
it's just hard to do.
But now, wouldn't it be easier with like Zoom? I mean,
I don't
even
know.
if
It
they're,
isn't hard. It isn't hard at all to do. And what you said about Social Security,
hmm.
Hmm.
I bet most of them are on Social Security disability, whether they've worked or not. I think a lot of the psychos who have been attacking us for 4 years
Hmm.
straight, I
Yeah.
think they've probably been on disability Social Security payments since they were children.
Oh wow, that's a good point too. So then their parents had to work something for them to get on it before
No,
the age of
not at
22.
all. Not at all. And if their parent died, if one of their parents died, they would have had Social Security for survivor benefits. They
If
don't.
their parents worked, yeah.
No, no, they don't have
I
to.
mean, if you like, there's like Medicaid, like
No,
welfare.
it's Medicaid. It's Social Security disability. You
You
don't have to
need,
have kind of
yeah,
work record at all.
yeah. You have to work on that.
No,
You you
there's
do.
SSI and there's SSA.
Oh,
You're
Well,
talking
oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah,
SSI, that's a welfare
yeah,
one. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
right. There's
hmm
two different
Yes,
ways.
yeah,
yes, SSI
I
is
think
welfare.
I think the scumbag attackers probably
Right,
most of
sorry.
them are drawing some sort of an income.
when they
And
were younger and
You're
they
right.
just carried over into adulthood. Yeah,
well, I
probably.
think
Instead of
or
the parents getting it
that
on them, they're getting it on themselves
or
now.
whatever they're
Especially.
getting on,
Yeah,
right, getting for
yeah.
themselves,
Right.
drug
I
users,
mean,
alcoholics, whatever, they can get whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
here's the thing. If I discuss, which I'm really surprised because Marge is super smart. She's like our smartest sub. I'm surprised she
God
would
bless
ask
them
that
all.
question because if I discuss any part of this,
I'm sorry.
this is
Right.
not at all where I would discuss it
Right, I understand.
at all. And the people who have been attacking,
Mhm.
many have been notified, many have been handled. There have been situations taken care of.
Right.
Um, and that's like the extent of what I'll say because
Right.
the point of discussing it in a live chat,
No,
and
I
then,
understand.
no. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. And there are other ways, like sometimes, like what they'll do is settle out of court. So yeah, things like that could happen too.
I would say
Yeah.
just notice my silence.
And
I use my hands when I talk too, so I'm doing a circle thing, like just notice my silence.
hmm.
So, so yeah, the
That makes sense.
the whole idea though that we're talking about scumbag attackers,
Hmm.
people will say, "Well, I don't want the drama," or "I don't think that." Let's talk. Honey, live in my, walk in my shoes for 4 years. This
Right.
is drama. This is real life.
Yep.
These people are evil. They're dirty.
Oh my
They're
God, Miss Spence, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was that bad. I honestly never did.
and for 4 years, like
Oh.
I think pretty much this is something that needs to be discussed. This is something that
Yes.
we need to stand up against. And
Yes.
the funny part of it is,
You're strong.
however many hundreds of them have come and gone, Dave's just one more.
Yeah.
You know, I laughed so hard. In fact, I don't know if you guys realize it, but I like to talk to Star Mama on the phone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And, Star Mama talks faster than I do because she's taking collagen something.
Collagen. Yeah. Make fun of my collagen now. Well, that's
But
better than me getting accused of being on drugs anyway. So yeah, I'll take that.
but I just
Yes.
watched just a couple of minutes of Davo's crap and I
Hmm.
was laughing because there was something funny about dipshit Dave calling me Miss Menopausal or Miss Mensapausal or whatever. It
Um.
wasn't it wasn't funny, but it cracked me up. And then he said something else. What was it? I don't know. I was irritating Star Mama because she was like serious,
God,
like this.
you was going off about the Miss Menopausal or something. Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
I
that.
like the witch part. I mean, that was kind of cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just cracking up, and of course, Star Mama was serious, right? Because she was like, "Okay, this dipshit, let me tell you, blah
Oh
blah
yeah,
blah,"
she's
Yeah.
pissed.
and she knew
Star
what
Well,
he
Mama
said
gets
got
pissed.
the script and hearing the same thing that we was hearing back in 2018 we're hearing now. You
Yes.
were laughing
Yeah,
about because it's the same repeated story. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is just like 2018. There's
Instead, it's
nothing.
like reliving it again, and I'm going, it's not funny. You
There
know,
we go
I mean, like
again.
this, I'm being serious, and she's cracking up on the phone. Yeah. Mhm.
And that's part of it too. I mean, Dave thinks he's a veteran in this case. He isn't. He's a, what
Mhm.
was it? Someone in the chat called him a Netflix newbie. He's
Yes.
a newbie. He's a newbie. That's it. And
Mhm.
you know, I've invited him to come up here and to discuss the case. I haven't seen him show up.
Mhm.
Why is he saying everybody's jealous? Like, that's just insane.
Yeah, we're jealous of him because we
Jealousy?
don't.
What?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't have the
know.
connection with we don't have the connection with the what's that like he does,
Oh.
and we're jealous of that. That's what he said. I
Right?
never
And
said I wanted a
I think
connection with any of
I
them,
would be
actually.
I'd be apprehensive about going there. I don't know
Yeah.
them.
well, and
I
he
just think
wasn't
I don't
around.
know them.
He wasn't around when I said I wouldn't have contact with them again.
Oh, and we never went there to try to find out stuff like he did. He went there with the purpose of trying to help them. We haven't done that. Well,
Well, if I
not exactly
nobody
true. We may not
no.
gone there, but we have tried to help them, and that blew up our face too. So,
Well, I've been trying to help. Yeah, when you're working on the case, trying to figure out is that prosecutorial misconduct? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what's the evidence? There's nothing. Yeah, that's not just one thing, it's many. So
mhm,
yeah, that is actually helping them if they love their son, you know. I didn't want to be biased, and that's one of the biggest reasons I didn't contact either side because I'm very sensitive, and if they become friends, I I can't go against my friend. I just can't.
yeah. Well, and you haven't gone against us either. You know, I mean,
No,
you
that's what I
haven't.
mean. And if I would have got to know either family, I wouldn't be able to look at it in an unbiased way. I know myself, you know,
Mhm.
and I think it's horrible that any family has to go through this. I think most people would.
It is, but I think people are missing what our point is. It's not anything to do with any of them. It's actually to do with Phil and Cece. That's our concern.
Yes, yeah,
And
that's
they don't.
why.
Nobody goes there but us, and they automatically
Yeah,
say we're doing this and we're bashing this one and we're talking bad. Let somebody rest in peace as fast. I'm not
Don't you
trying to do that. We're pointing out what
yeah,
went
I would
on in that
never.
home, and
guys
nobody stopped it. You know.
don't you guys think it's kind of primed for some guy in Australia to be trying to define for others whether or not they are even bashing a dead person when he is treating women who are very much alive with feelings and hearts and compassion.
Hmm.
He's
Calling them
treating
cows and
he's
yeah,
yeah, he's
it's
treating us like
disgusting.
absolute animals, like
And
dirt,
he's
like
called other women fat cows and stuff. I mean, on other channels and stuff. I mean,
so
what's
don't
with
you think
that?
it's kind
Now
of
he's judging
interesting?
people by the way they look.
Don't you
Ridiculous.
think it's kind of interesting that he would even venture to pretend to know what it means to not bash somebody when that
The
seems to
Me
be all he
Too
knows how to
movement wouldn't be happy about that.
Yeah.
do? And if Cindy is actually speaking to him,
Hmm.
and if she's actually in his chat and seeing him the way
That's
he
what he
treats,
claims. That's what he claims.
if
Yeah,
that's true, then shame on Cindy. And I say, you know, there's more to this case than we imagined.
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, yeah, that's why she loses all respect
Hmm.
from me, if that's the
Yeah.
case, because
Well, when he said that, that's when I lost respect for both of them because if they're in there condoning both of them condoning
well,
his behavior, I
yeah,
can't
that
go
means
there.
it tells me she does judge women, and she did say, "Oh, so your daughter was married before." It tells me all of that was true.
Yes, it does. And the fact that Ronnie was sitting there and listened to him go on and call women different names and stuff, witches, old women, I
Oh,
mean,
Ronnie,
dumbasses,
yeah,
the C word. everything like that. Really? Okay. And talk about his balls and his sack in there. That's really real gentlemanlike. I can't imagine
Yeah.
anybody wanting to sit and listen to that shit. And why
I
would he
guess
want
he has
Cindy listening to
daughter.
that shit? I don't understand that either. Why would you want your wife sitting there listening to some dipshit talking about his ball sack all the time? I'm
Oh,
just sick of it.
he loves him though. That's his hero.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's his hero. I know.
Let me tell you something. Star Mama knows
He
this because
just
I've been whining to her. My little summer car broke down.
Yeah.
My little summer car sat at the mechanics, a very nice mechanics place, a very huge place, and it sat there and it sat there and it sat there. And for the first week, I was told that it needed a new engine. Okay. And it
Mhm.
sat there. And at the end of the second week, I called a friend of mine who's very tall and very male. And he has a very nice voice.
Oh,
And I called him and I said, will you do me a favor? Will you call this place? Because it's been 2 weeks. Okay.
mhm.
He said, I'll do one better. I'll go right in.
Oh wow.
I had a loaner car that day,
Yeah, you
Wow.
did.
Oh,
and
that's
they started,
wonderful.
yeah, all of a sudden they had a loaner car for me,
Mm-hmm.
and and they started working on the car,
Mm-hmm.
and they got it done, and I got,
And it wasn't even the motor, was it? I
it
don't
wasn't
think
even the
that.
motor.
Yeah.
No, it was expensive what had to be done, but it was probably a third of what they were telling me, 4 to 5 grand,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
and it turned out. Then they told me 3 grand. They said $3,056. And then I said, well, why can't you put a rebuilt in? And they're like, we don't put in rebuilds. And
Mhm.
so I found a rebuilt at a parts store, and I called them, and they decided to go ahead and put in a rebuilt.
Yeah, they did.
And it turned out to be, I'm thinking about $1,800, 1,800.
Well, what a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a huge difference.
But
And you
at
know,
Yeah.
least she got a rental. At least she got a lease. I mean, a car, not even a rental, a loaner car.
a
I
loaner
mean,
car, yeah.
yeah, but it took her 2 weeks to get that.
Well, no, it took a man. I
Yeah,
should have
that
had
too.
him
Yeah.
I should have had him right
Well,
away when it happened. I should have had him in there.
That's another example, though, that
That's what I'm talking
a
about.
man, these guys will browbeat the. Okay, I'll
That's
give you
what I'm
another
talking.
example, even better. I went and got my tires rotated today, and they're newer tires. I got them in February. And get a load of this. The guy says, well, what about that spare? This is a 2014 car. And I said, yeah. And he said, you've only got 60,000 miles. And I said, I know. And he said, but you know, the warranty on your donut or the life expectancy on those donuts are about only about the first 5 years. And I said, really? I said, well, I've never used it and it's been back there. He said, well, they dry rot. And I said, well, how can it dry rot when it's not been around any moisture or anything, been in that
right.
thing that
You
they
just,
keep them in.
just make,
He was trying to because I'm a woman. He was going to try to sketch me first. He said, "Oh well, we can't
oh,
get you a donut like that. What I can do is get you a rim and get you a tire, a good used tire to put in there." He was wanting almost $200 for that. Can you imagine?
no.
Oh, let me tell
And
you
I didn't
something
even
else.
go there for that. I mean, that's just another example.
Let me tell you
Jeez.
something else. Tonight I was on the phone with my friend who I told you is my computer guy.
Yeah.
He always helps me with stuff with the computer. And
Hmm.
he asked me about the something or other on the part. I
Hmm.
can't remember what it's called. But he said, they gave you the part, right? And I said, no. And he said, well, you need to call them
Oh
and
yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
because I get $200 back on the part
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
for
I,
it's called a core charge or
Yeah, the
something.
core charge, right?
oh, I didn't know that.
And I told them that when I got the part, I told the mechanic, the auto mechanic place, I told them about the $200 core charge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never gave me the part. So I called him. This was like 5 minutes before 5. And I'm like, I'm hanging up. I got to call him quick. And he goes, yeah, call me back. I called and I'm like, yeah, you didn't give me the part. Did you take the part back for the core charge or something? He goes, oh, that's not our responsibility. That's your responsibility. And I said something along the lines of, yeah, it's your responsibility to give me my part back. And he's like, well, I'm going to try to see if I can fish it out.
Oh,
And
right.
I'm like, really? I said, well, you find it and you call me and I'll come pick it up and go get my money back.
Mm,
I thought, try to see if you can find it. I,
yeah,
I'm here to tell you, if he can't find my part, he'll find $200.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He'll probably go to like a junkyard and get the part and so you get your money or something.
But here's the thing, if that's still happening in 2022, then somebody like Dave sitting there calling people the C word, calling
Hmm.
people bitches,
Yeah,
you
Me
know,
Too movement's not helping.
well, it's
Mm,
like, when did we lose traction on being able to be treated with respect? You
exactly.
know, what kind of scumbags think it's cool to
School.
be treating women that way? Why is it that men think it's cool to talk down to women?
Well,
Like,
don't you think Google has a responsibility as a corporation to do something about it? You know what I'm saying?
no, not at all. I think men have a responsibility as human beings to grow up and stop being dipshits.
That's true
Hmm.
too.
And if Ronnie thinks it's cool to hang out with somebody who calls women the C word, if Cindy thinks it's cool to hang out with somebody who calls women the C word, then that tells me more about Ronnie and Cindy
Mm.
than it does even the dipshit himself.
Yeah, I hate the women that. Well, he never acted that way to me. Those
Yeah, I
stupid
know.
women. Oh, those women, pitiful
Yeah,
thing.
okay, that's nice. So I guess if somebody's raping a woman,
He never did that to me.
yeah, if he never
Mm.
did that to see, I mean, it's
Yeah,
exactly it.
I
Same
can't
thing.
stand that.
There is such a thing as verbal violence. And I
Definitely.
think personally, in my opinion, I think Dave is a very verbally violent.
We've been assaulted. I think that's
Exactly.
what that's called.
Exactly. And the thing is, we were being nice to him. We were
It,
being nice to him.
I actually, yeah, got rid of that woman that was asking about her money from him. I
Yeah, you
said,
Yeah.
do
did.
not bring. I signed up for the guy. That's the thanks I get.
And when I heard about that, what Star Mama shared about what happened, I actually felt really bad and said a lot of nice things. And we've
You've
been
been
nice.
very nice to
And
him.
this is how the scumbag attackers operate. We were not attacking him.
No,
Absolutely
but
lying.
that's why this scares me. It really does because I don't get it.
Well,
Like,
that's how they do it. Chaos and confusion. They gaslight, they throw stuff out there that is not true. I never ever said anything at all about him and Christopher Watt's sister. It's a total lie. That's how they do it.
yeah, I know you haven't. I've never even heard that.
It's an
Never.
absolute lie. So
It's like the
now we
first time
know
he
for
got mad
sure
at
he's a
me.
liar.
He set me up.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mm.
exactly.
I never want. I was like, I thought he was joking.
Yeah, but then he does that weird thing where he spits and he stares at the camera funny.
I know, and that gives me the freaking creeps.
Me too.
It's like a, what's he gonna do to me next? And now he's in North Carolina with the Watts. I mean, that's a little too close for comfort. I'm just saying, I don't know him personally, but if he hates women so much, I mean, men that hate women can kill women, and they have. And that you gotta always keep in the back of your mind. You people, I mean, these people here don't know the guy personally, do they? I
These people,
mean, can they vet for him that he's safe?
Do
what?
people here know the
Are they
guy? I
set?
don't know him. I don't know anything about him.
I
Nope, I
mean,
don't know. I
you
don't know
know,
anything about him. Don't want to either.
right? But I mean, don't somebody? Do they? Nobody knows any. That's just it scares me
Yeah.
because
I think a lot of people don't worry about him because they think he's in another country, and even though
well,
he's
he's
saying he's
not.
there. Well,
I believe he's here.
do
He's
you?
here. Yeah, I do.
Mm.
I mean,
You
I don't know
think
if he's
he's
here
here
right. Well, that I don't know if he's here
I don't
now.
think he's here now.
But
I
that
don't think
video
so.
went up.
I think he was only there for a couple days.
Oh, okay. But there's a video of him in the house.
What's the obsession is in the chat. Hey, girl, if you want to come up here.
Hey, is he
Feel
safe?
free.
What's the obsession?
Feel free to
What's
come
the
up here.
obsession is saying that Dave was attacking her too.
I
yeah.
remember that.
He's good at that. That's what he loves to do. Get after women.
He was always
Yep.
going to hear the C word.
Yep.
To me. That's Ronnie's new buddy.
Yep.
Replace the son.
Mm-hmm. I wonder
I'm
what.
sorry.
I
I like
wonder what.
respect.
I wonder what CW thinks of these dad associate with somebody like that. I didn't think he talked like that either. But if we've been wrong, don't know. And
Well, he used to always make fun of NK and that moo. I couldn't stand that.
I
And a
lost my
lot of
connection.
them.
Here's
Yeah.
Kelly. Hey,
Okay.
Kelly.
Hey guys, how are you
Can
doing?
you all hear me?
Good. How are you?
Hi.
Is my audio? Is my audio? Oh wait, hold. I gotta turn off your
Hi.
feed here. Hold it. Sorry.
And we just lost.
Okay, there we
Shannon,
go.
but she'll be back.
Sorry about that. You're probably getting some feedback. I had you playing in the background.
Hey,
So
sound good.
tell us, Kelly, how are you doing?
Oh gosh. I mean this whole Dave thing, I mean this video that came out, one of my well, actually everyone sent it to me, but I'm just thinking of the first person that sent it to me, I try to stay away from him. I know Mia just said she remembers. It was last January and
Yeah.
February. I remember because I
Right,
had COVID. I kid you not, this is not a dramatization. It was 13 videos. There were some mentionings of you guys there too, but he was really focused on me. 13 videos straight, absolutely slanderous, defamatory, inaccurate. I mean, I'm a behavioral therapist in a school. I work with autistic children for the most part, and he portrays me as being this, like, things that I'm just not. Um I don't even know where to start with this. So when I watched the video, that was sent to me, I guess it was late last night or early this morning, he had some things to say about me. I've become accustomed to that. I was livid at the things that he said about my moderators. But then he also was really going after you, Miss Mensa, which I just
Yeah.
thought was absolutely disgusting. And where I do know, some facts that exist in reality, it was total BS. And anybody
Yep.
who knows anything about you or your channel or the reality of the true crime or the Watts Island community should know that. And it astonishes me to see that people still fall for his BS hook, line, and sinker. But I think these are like mentally ill people. I have a lot to
They
say. I'm
have to
sorry.
be. I think you're right. There's
Right. I
something.
think they do have to be.
Mhm.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm totally it's just, I never ever get to catch your lives. I'm so happy to be here and thanks for having me up.
I'm glad you're
I
up here.
just made a 26-second video. Star Mama, Miss Mensa, and Mia, I kid you not, are the three people in it. It's a little parody of Dave having a temper tantrum to the cartoon Caillou.
Thank
So
you.
I tagged you guys in it. You guys will have to check it out. I think it's
Thank
pretty
you.
funny. Just a
Thank
little bit
you.
of levity. Star Mama, you have the starring
You
role.
have to have the
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh boy.
we've
Well, what
been
do you
upset
think?
all
What do you
day.
think, Kelly, with it being in 2022 and we still have a man on the planet who thinks it's cool to use the C word?
Yeah, I mean, that is it's just beyond me. And, recently, this was just a few months ago, in his video yesterday or whatever, he was saying, what's the obsession? Keeps making live after live after live about me. I'm like, dude, when do I ever even mention you? I'm like, we don't talk about
Exactly.
you. There's way better, more important things to talk about than you. Oh my gosh.
Like
So
everything.
I learned, it was about 6 months ago, I learned apparently there's an even more vulgar word than the C word. And it was actually, who was it? Preach Queen that made me aware of this. She made a video about this to, go at Dave, and he was talking about me, and he says, you know, that whatever, and he
Oh
says the
my
word that's
God.
apparently even worse than the C word. I had to do all this research on it, but this man has seething venom for
He hates women.
myself, for you ladies.
Yeah, that scares me.
Well,
It,
I have a theory. I have a theory on why.
what,
You
go
know
for it.
how a child will act out to the loving, safe parent,
Yeah,
where maybe the abusive parent, the child will behave.
right.
Okay, I think that he feels safe with us. I
Hmm.
think I think he feels we're protective. I think he
Mhm.
feels that we're kind to him, which I've been kind to him. I mean,
He's been dead to
he
me
started his
for a
channel
year and a
by
half. I will
attacking
never
me.
talk to him.
Well, he started
Yeah.
his channel by attacking me, and I'm still kind to him. I'm still, I think that he is like a naughty little boy who has some sort of little behavioral issue going on, who just pooped his pants and
Exactly.
doesn't want to get in trouble for pooping his pants, or doesn't know what to do with his poopy pants. And so instead of saying, "Mommy, I had an accident," I think he has a tough time verbalizing on his own. And
Mm-hmm.
I think he's acting out because he knows that if he kicks, punches, and cries and screams, then we'll be able to say, "Come on, honey, it's okay. Let's get you cleaned up. You're okay, sweetheart. Okay."
You know, and that's my background is in psychology, and I was saying I'm a behavioral therapist, and that really does make a lot of sense from a
Yeah.
Hmm.
psychological point of view. It's so sick and twisted, and I think
But
I
I
heard Mia saying
think
something about how this is allowed to
it
continue
shouldn't
to
be.
play out on YouTube. Where is the responsibility, for the venue in which all of this
Mhm.
abusive, defamatory,
Hmm.
slanderous behavior that is occurring time and time again, across time towards a number of people in a variety of situations and settings. This is not acceptable.
No, it's
It
not.
is not acceptable, but it's also
Google, it's embarrassing to them.
well, it's also he's expecting people to believe that he's an adult person, that
Mm-hmm.
he's an adult human being. I think it's up to other adults to stand up and say, "Hey, Dave, this is not acceptable."
I think
Mm.
he's jealous, actually, and
Yes.
despises women that are intelligent. That's what I'm saying. Kelly's a behavioral therapist. You have a career. Star Mom is intelligent. I have a degree. He knows my career.
Right, and you've
Um,
had a successful YouTube channel. When he started really
and
getting venomous with
RMBSN,
me,
and
I remember we were both right around, like, say he was at like 6,000 subs and I was at like 5,800 subs. That's when he really started revving it up. And some of my moderators were like, Kelly, like, this is the issue here, and I think they may have been right. But look at what his behavior's done. Now, you know, my channel's gone on to grow and his has not because,
Well, Kelly, there's something else too. Star Mama said that he shared
people like
publicly
you.
that he was sexually abused as a child, and
Oh, get
mm,
that his
over
mother did not
it.
protect him, that he told his mother and she didn't believe him. So
Yeah.
I think
okay.
part of it might be that he has a thing against women because he has hidden rage toward his mother.
That's
I think
scary.
that's spot on. Miss
Yeah, I
Mensa,
think
would
you're
you bring
right.
in? I just shared that little 26
Oh,
second video.
good.
Would you
I've
bring it
wondered
into
what
the
that
I
was.
stream?
mean,
Because you guys are
how do
just
you know if
nailing
something's
it.
that dangerous, though? I mean,
Uh,
will they cross the line and kill women? I mean, they do sometimes. You know, this thing with NK bothers me, okay?
It does.
Uh,
Wait,
he
wait,
went to her apartment complex and
Okay.
he,
yep.
We're not techno geeky here, Kelly.
Oh no, you're good. Wait, just wait. Okay, we're gonna have one moment of kind of humorous levity. Okay, please
yes,
indulge me. You guys are
I'm
gonna
sorry.
appreciate. I promise.
okay.
When
I'm for
everybody
some
found
humor.
out I was going to be doing monthly members only about my American trip, Star Mama joined. Well,
It's a
Star
great.
Mama is getting blocked. I don't give a rat's ass. I'll kick your
Oh,
mum.
I'm unblocked.
They love it.
Men's is blocked. Mia's blocked. For pretending to be my friend and taking advantage of me
It's so funny. Here you guys
That's
all. Squire
funny.
Mama. And
Thank
he goes,
you.
Mensa's blocked.
That's
Mia's blocked.
awesome.
And I
I
like
know.
just made that video.
I
Yeah.
thought, I
Thank you
thought
for
it
letting me
was
share that.
blocked. I
Thank
thought it was
you.
blocked.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
gonna-
that's so cool, Kelly, because
He's
I was
gonna
just
love
sitting
that.
here saying he's like a 2-year-old who is having a
Exactly.
tantrum.
I was blocked a
Exactly.
year and a
That's why I
half.
was like, wait a minute. I'm not trying to steer your ship, but seriously, we've got to watch this for a minute.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That was
That
funny.
was-
Yeah.
You were really good.
Would you mind
Very
clicking on it again? And this time I'm not going to laugh too loud so that we can
Okay.
actually
I'm
hear it.
sorry.
All right. Yeah. No
I'm
problem. No,
sorry.
no problem. I
That's
like that you guys
awesome.
are laughing, man. We
No,
all
this
we
is
need to
funny.
be laughing.
Yeah.
It's Okay.
When everybody found out I was going to be doing monthly members only about my American trip, Star Mama joined.
I did. I
Well,
did.
Star Mama is getting blocked. I don't give a rat's ass. I'll keep your money.
It was only $2.
Men's is blocked. Mia's blocked.
I
Pretending
know.
to be my friend and taking advantage of me.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
boo-boo.
sorry, you guys in chat. I was trying not to. That is so funny.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know why
That's
I
just
did?
that.
Because
Why?
he put it out there that in order for you to say anything in the chat, you had to be a member, and it was like $2. And I thought, well, I may want to say something, because about
When
this
everybody
nap
found
thing,
out,
Oh, sorry.
about this nap thing, I wanted to hear about this nap thing and be able to comment on it. That's the only
Yeah.
reason. And I'd already
Oh, of
canceled my
course.
membership right after I joined, so he was only getting $2 from me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, just
No.
heartbreaking. My heart's broke that I'm blocked.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love
Do
it.
what you got to do. Well, hey,
he
now
told
you all
me-
have
he
a
told me-
video in your
he
honor.
told-
So.
Thank you.
He told me I was blocked. I was blocked when I showed Discovery of Comcast Xfinity court order. Julian Valiante. It's right in Discovery. He blocked me for that.
Wait, what did he block you for, me?
I swear to God, my mom's grave for showing Comcast Xfinity because he wanted to prove that NK was there. The video doesn't exist. Sorry,
Oh,
doesn't exist.
gosh.
The Comcast Xfinity court order.
Right, right.
I was happy because I didn't have to pretend. I had
This
to sit
video
there.
is worth
I hated
$1 million,
that.
man.
It's because of Dave G was the only reason I ever went in there.
Yeah, no, that's it's always. I'm just gonna keep playing Caillou as long as it's up there.
It's funny. This is funny. Oh my gosh, it's funny.
And you know what, Mia? I remember there was a time. It was not.
But he lied. He lied.
He does lie. It was not too long ago that here I'm going to pause it. Then I'll play it with the volume again in a minute. It was not too long ago. I remember. I call it Dave's like courting days when he was trying to like court a female. This is how I see it. Creator to like hitch his wagon onto, and Red X was the oxen, I guess, because we were all like, no thank you, we don't want your heavy load. And it was around that time he was like, he made that video that was like featuring Red X Crime Files and Mia and What's the Obsession. And I remember my dad was running for a public office, and we were at like our local fair, and he kept calling me. It was blowing up my phone. My son, who was 13, was like, Mom, it's that crazy Dave YouTube guy. He's blowing up your phone. Like, dude. And I was like, what does he want? He's like, have you watched the video? Have you watched the video? Because, he put us in that video. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. But I had this policy where I didn't want to like affiliate with any other creators. I was only a few months old, especially. I didn't want to affiliate with anyone like that. So I was like,
no, we didn't either. My moms didn't either. Actually.
Yeah, it was weird, right?
Can I just borrow your mods for Red Ox? I don't have any guys. And then I'll mod for you. Like, I don't want this Dave G. Stop it.
Oh, right. And then he stacked he tried to stack my moderators, and then
oh my God.
what I found out was, and again, I was a new channel, so I didn't, you live and you learn, right? I just didn't know, and I can be a little naive. I know this about myself. I am less now, and partly because of him. But what I noticed was, if anybody said anything negative about Dave or Red X or, anything that was along whatever he believed, he would go in there, he would tell them off, he would erase the comment. And the philosophy on my channel is I give expansive range and liberty for people to say whatever they need to say, you know, across like all different points of view, because I believe that it's only through natural human discourse that we're going to resolve things.
Exactly.
And he didn't give a
Well,
shit, you
yeah, but
know.
what? Oh, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why when you guys talk about, okay, maybe Google should do something or there has to be a policy. No, what needs to happen, in my opinion, is adult human beings need to say, this guy's a total asshole and we're not interested in listening to him.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
if you're okay with the way he speaks about women, then not
Yeah,
okay.
please. Why are they coming to our channel though? It's like he told them you have to either stay with him or leave. Like if you go and watch me or Mensa or whoever else, you can't be subscribed. Well, please, Dave, keep your subscribers to yourself because I don't want them.
Right. I
I'll block them
know. I
myself.
know. I don't
But
want
but
anything
my
to have to
point
do
is,
with them.
I think he can be held accountable for his bad acts, for his bad behavior, if the adults in the room actually look at him and say, not okay, not acceptable. We don't condone
Yeah.
this behavior. We don't treat women this way.
Mhm.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you.
I
I absolutely
totally agree.
100% agree with you.
But why would a female moderator condemn the and then highlight a comment that she writes, antagonizing him even more? Mama, there, 203, do something about it. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's really important for people to actually have a voice, okay?
Mhm.
I think everyone should have a voice. However, if you're getting sucked into hearing a voice that is consistently angry and mean and downright nasty,
And
really,
just foul mouth. He's
yeah,
gross.
then it might be good to find a different voice that is, that resonates a little better with maybe your energy, because this is just, I mean, I'm shocked. Although, like I
Mhm.
said, I was laughing when
Yeah,
he did
it was funny.
the Miss Mensa puzzle routine, and he's trying to do the old in Spanish it means,
Yeah,
Right.
menopausal. Yeah, thing that
what a
was.
joke.
Yeah,
It's like these are the same exact words that this
yeah.
scumbag
Heard
was
it
talking
before.
to
Yeah,
4 years ago. He is
exactly.
being given words to say that have already been said 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, it's disgusting. And unfortunately, those scripts are written by women.
It's so gross. It's nasty. Here, I'm going to play Kaya one more time, then I'm going to take this
Okay.
down.
Okay. Thank you.
It's funny.
Oh
I
gosh.
love it.
Thank
I,
you.
Yes.
I
I was
appreciate it.
inspired.
I
I was
love
like,
it.
this is my most inspired upload
I
yet.
wish I had that kind of talent.
Well,
Unfortunately,
Kelly,
I don't.
Kelly, you have found your niche. I think you need to make more Dave videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was talking about, hi, a couple of my mods are here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. You're such sweethearts. Thank you so much. I put it out to like mostly my moderators, and, kind of the consensus was one thing, guys, we know about him. This is what my moderator R said to me. I'm going to use her word. He wants us to clap back because that's
Yeah.
how he keeps going. He ain't got nothing on his own. That's why he's always hitching his wagon,
Yeah, that's what I said to Star Mama on the phone. That's what he wants because he needs content. Evidently,
Exactly.
evidently, all the Watts information he claims to have is slow in coming. I don't know because he sure seems to be lacking for content lately.
He really does. I mean, if he went on that trip to collect all of this data and
Yeah. Why isn't
documentation
he
and,
just showing it? He's
yeah,
not
like
showing anything.
where is
Yeah.
it at? And he's not really one to have like willpower or any sense of like discrimination or reservation. So if he had all of this, he would have vomited it right out immediately. He can't
Exactly.
not. All right, here comes Caillou.
Exactly.
Here comes Caillou.
This is
Okay.
funny.
Dun dun dun.
When everybody found out I was going to be doing one of the members only about my American trip, Mama
Oh, yeah.
joined.
Ah, mama.
Well, Star Mama is getting blocked. I don't give a rat's ass
He
what
breaks
people
my
think.
heart.
Men's is blocked. Me is blocked. Oh, pretending to be my friend and
No, we
taking
didn't
advantage
pretend.
of me.
Shit.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna stand up for my girls. You know, that's all I got to say.
Yeah,
It's like
thanks.
all of this abuse towards women. It's not. Oh, it's not okay.
And
And you know what?
abuse,
I've got something to say to the men out there. Okay, here's what I got to say to you. If you are a man, you are a male. If you have male parts, or if you just identify as male, I don't care what you got. And you are watching him, supporting him in any way, you are just as disgusting as he is. And don't be
yes,
coming around my channel because I don't want you there.
Right.
exactly. We all know how to work the black buttons too, Davo.
Yeah.
Davo.
That's right.
It's not
Kelly,
dipshit now,
thank you
it's
so much,
Davo.
Kelly, for hopping right up and for having that little, I'll call it a little cartoon. Oh my gosh, that just cracked me
Yeah,
up.
no problem.
It's
But
funny.
I actually I gotta run because I do have to get I have to be it's really late. It's like 2:30 here and I have to be at work at like 7:30. So I've got to go get a little bit of sleep.
Ugh. Good night.
I'm glad
And
you hopped up. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I support you guys and I will always support the women creators, you guys, and just the women in our community. And you're doing great work, Mensa. You too, me. I don't think you're up here anymore, but I support you guys and thank you for having me.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Kelly.
coming.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Bye.
Thanks
so
for the
much.
video. That was nice.
Yeah. Feel free to share.
That's funny. Yeah.
Take care.
That
That was
was
great.
good.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
love
God.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I laughed so hard.
I think that's the best. I mean, I wish I'd have seen that first thing this morning. It changed my whole day, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's what we need to do. If we get feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This
If I
is
knew how to
terrible.
do it, I would, but I don't know
Yeah,
how to
we
do
need to
them,
just pull out that little cartoon and just laugh and get back to our
Mhm.
day because we
It
have
is
better,
funny. Yeah.
so much better going on in our lives than having to deal with a little twit. You know.
And she's right. It's not good to bite back, but sometimes they just don't shut up anyway, and it just gets to be a little bit overwhelming to say
Well,
nothing,
I feel sad. I feel sad for womankind that we have to stand up for
Yeah.
ourselves.
Why do we have to stand up like this to them?
I
I
would
don't get
really
it.
hope. I would really hope that we would live in a world by now in 2022 where men weren't treating women like absolute shit. But
Mhm.
look at even the car mechanic thing. I mean, they treated me nice as far as they acted nice to me, but it was not because. I mean, it was purely because a man walked in and they started working on my car.
Yeah.
That I got a loaner vehicle. What on earth is going on in our world that women are getting treated like second class citizens? This is,
Yeah.
I think women had it better in the 50s
Oh,
than
I
they had.
can count for that because I was born in the 50s and it's a lot different back then. Men would have never called women those kind of names. They only did that to people women that walk the streets, and stuff. That was it. I mean, really. And they had more respect for them than they have now, even at that. I mean, back then, it's just crazy. And men would never want their wives subjected to this kind of stuff. I mean, they
Well,
just wouldn't
I
have.
just can't imagine. I cannot imagine. And the same was happening when the younger guys were saying terrible things about us that I thought,
Mhm.
I can't imagine 30, 40, 50 years ago anybody speaking of an older woman that way.
Yeah.
Chevelle is here, but I think Chevelle is muted. So what's going on?
I just want to let you guys know that I support all of you guys, and I've been watching this happen. And last night I watched this thing live, and I feel like it brought people together that didn't get along maybe initially. So Dave did everybody a favor because all the people that were called out, they came together, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't know if is that weird.
No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you mean because like I don't watch him. I don't like the way he
Yeah.
spits. I just don't like the way he spits and I don't like the way he has kind of googly eyes toward the camera. I just
Mhm.
don't. It's just me because he always tries to act like he's tough But I do like his videos where he has that music. I really enjoy the way he puts the music in there, and especially the tribute ones and stuff. So I have seen those, but I don't listen to him when he's trying to act all tough. So
Yeah.
I didn't know this was going on. So what I had were text messages from Star Mama and emails and these messages on Patreon and stuff. So all of a sudden it's like boom, right? And I'm like, what the heck is he doing? What the
Yeah.
heck is he doing?
And
Yeah,
then
and I got meth emails from I woke up to emails from 13 of my friends today. It was crazy. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, who is he going to talk about? And he talked about a lot of the people that I see on live and chats, and I'm like, man, this guy's like really hurt. Dang,
Mhm.
like, and then so I was telling my friends like, hey, don't clap back. This guy's just I don't know if you guys saw the messages or like the stuff he was writing in the live chat, but he's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, there are not a lot of enough people here, so I'm going to hold off on the live. There were 60 people waiting, and oh, it's not enough. Go wake up your creator mods that are here. Go wake up your creators. I was like, dang, this guy really needs some validation right now. It was crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is. And I think it is time really for us to go ahead and I mean, I get it that if we don't say anything, then he's kind of scrambling for his content and whatever. But I do think that there comes a point where they cross the line and you have to stand up for
Yeah.
yourself. You have to say, enough of this bullshit. I've been abused and harassed long enough, little one. So stop it.
Yeah,
And
and he was like, "Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you all your content." I was like, "Oh no, he didn't."
there you have it right there.
Mhm.
There you have it right there. Because the projection that they do, the inside out baloney that they pull, there you have it right there.
Yeah.
But
This
just know that
it's
we're all
like,
behind you guys. We're all behind you guys. I'm gonna hop off. I didn't mean to interrupt, but we're all
okay,
behind you
well,
guys,
thank you so much, Chevelle, for
Thank
hopping right
you.
up
Thank you
here and
very much.
and you
Thanks.
for
guys are
standing
handling
it.
it. You guys are handling it so well, and you guys have a good night.
Oh, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Love you. Good night. That is a really good point that Chevelle just made, because this is a point of solidarity. This is a point of unity.
Mhm.
If we do nothing, if we say nothing, if we just go, oh, that's just him,
Mhm.
then what does that say for us standing up for our sisters and for our mothers and for our daughters?
But
No.
for us to be or us to be respected as women. I mean, really? I mean, we
Yeah.
have to stand up unless we don't care, unless we don't want to be respected as women, then that's different, I guess. But
And
personally, I want to be respected.
here's another part of it too, is we were nice to him. So this man is pulling this crap out of his
Mhm.
butt.
Yeah.
We were nice to him.
Yeah, I know.
So this makes no sense. He hopped right up on this panel. I was friendly to him.
Right.
This makes no sense. But then if you hear how he talks about women, it makes perfect sense, because some men just don't see any value in women, evidently. Second class citizens, right?
Mhm.
Pretty sad.
Yeah.
Pretty sad. It's sad for him, because he's obviously going to miss out on good things in life if this is how he treats women.
Yeah.
He is using us. That's it. Mia just said he's using you.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But he started off his channel by using me for content.
Oh yeah.
That's how he started.
Mhm.
What a nice panel tonight, huh? That
Yeah.
was really good. Um, I am with Kelly though, because it's 2:30 here also,
Yes.
and I need to get to sleep. I have way, way, way lots to do. Oh wait, Muck Boys is here. Muck Boys, I think, was his first sub, right?
Mm, I don't know.
I think so. I think Muck Boys was his first sub, and then I
I think
think
Muck Voice. I know Muck Voice goes over on Mia's. I know that. Yeah.
Muck Boys, were you his first sub?
Threat
Mia
says.
said yes.
Mhm. Wow.
Cool.
I love it. I love it when the discussion gets really,
Unfortunately, yeah.
yeah. I love that little cartoon. Oh my gosh, I
And
needed, I
that
needed
was
that.
funny. That was so funny. Well, he thought if he put it like I didn't tell people that I had joined and giving his $2. So, just to see what he had so I could comment. Like, I'm gonna hide that. No, I don't hide stuff. I tell people what I do because I wanted to be able to comment on whatever he had, and you can't comment unless you paid that damn $2. So I thought, well, I wanted to be able to comment on whatever he was going to put out, but unfortunately, he ain't put out nothing, and I'm blocked, so I don't care. It was a good
I thought
lesson.
it, I thought it was funny
Oh, it's
that
funny. I love the video. I love it. Yeah.
I thought it was funny that he blocked me. Like, really?
No, little star, I didn't get a notice, but did you get a notice? No, I didn't get a notice. Why are we supposed, no one can, oh, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm lost again.
Okay, I just want to say this to Marge. Yes, the next video that we do, I don't know when it'll be because I'm a little bit busy right now, but either, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, one of these days. The next live chat we do, we're going to be talking all about the moving day theory. We're
Yes.
going to be talking all about that pregnant picture
Yeah.
that Mia found, or that Mia got, that she found in that video
Yeah.
from April of 2018. I think, we'll talk about whatever else you guys want to talk about, but I think we will definitely start off with the moving day theory and with that prego picture.
Okay.
And don't forget, the spring of 2016, for some reason, Christopher Watt's wife was checking in at a hospital on a daily basis for a month in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So,
Going roller skating and stuff, I think on the weekend, wasn't she? And out, I don't know, eating
she
cotton
went to the
candy
roller
or something.
skating rink on a Friday night, I think it was, or a Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it was a Friday night,
Hmm.
and then she went to an Applebee's. I
Yeah.
see somebody in the chat is saying Dave is expecting an apology from me. Dave
Oh,
can
really?
stick it. Dave can stick it. That's what abusers do. They pull crap and then they play their little game out and then they expect no way.
He expects an apology from you. That's a good one. Gee.
I'm not sure if I should be apologizing to him for him calling me Miss Mensapausal.
Or making fun of your name because it means you're mental, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
That
or
title. Yeah.
falling off my broom and hitting my head.
Yeah, that too. That's a
Yeah,
good one. Or
I
us
think
being those old women over there. Yeah, that's a good
yeah,
one too.
I think he needs to save his little routine about an apology.
Mm-hmm.
He's got
After all us witches, we've lost our brooms or fell off of them or something. I don't remember exactly how you put it. Nevertheless, I'm still flying on mine.
he's got some
Really.
growing up to do.
Yeah, he does.
So okay, I'm gonna play a song for dear old Dave. Here we go. Everyone, I want to tell you, and thank you, Star Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Chevelle. Thank you, Miss Mia, for
Yeah.
hopping up
Thanks,
on panel.
everybody. I enjoyed it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And we'll get back to the good old stuff next live.
Exactly. The moving day theory for
This was
sure.
kind of a last minute thing. It wasn't really planned at all. Yeah.
So everybody be safe, be
No
healthy,
exceptions for rape and incest
be
or what about the health of the
happy.
mother? No exceptions.
Hold on, it's an advertisement. Don't take the
Put it
vitamin
all
D.
on the table
And I
for
want
Chris.
each and
Church's
every one of
Texas
you
Chick.
here to
Welcome
know
to
that
the
we're
great
really
state
happy
of
you're
Maine.
here. We're really happy you're taking part in the conversation. And I want each and every one of you to know that you are loved. Good night, everyone.
Everybody.
You keep saying you got something for me. Something you call love, but confess. You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. And now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. You keep lying when you ought to be truthing. And you keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying it when you ought to be changing. Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep playing where you shouldn't be playing. And you keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ha! I just found me a brand new box of matches, yeah. And what he knows you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, Boots?